Perfect. Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Yes, family. Yes, you knew I was going to cover this. There have been several people that have given their takes on things, but tonight I'm going to be drilling down on a lot of things that haven't really been talked about with this. And I'm going to do it from the standpoint of lessons that we should learn, just like the title states, okay? And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, okay? Because this demon on this screen here, this filthy, degenerate, low-life bag of dog shit. And let me go ahead and say something off top here. Not just him, but clowns like him that peddle in that same type of rhetoric. And by that type of rhetoric, you know what I mean. The black woman is God, this, all that other stuff like that. No, you do not hear me speaking that way. You don't, and you won't ever see me associating with people like that. And let me go ahead and tell you why. Because see, just like I put the title, he's a predator, and most of them are predators. I'm not going to say what's going to tickle people's ears tonight. I'm just going to let you know, if you are someone that's a fan of this guy, and I'm going to go in and give my mom's instructions, anybody coming here trying to defend them, boot them out. There's no timeout, immediate ban off my channel, because those people are sick. Let me go ahead and explain something. People like him that peddle in that type of rhetoric, like I said, they prey on women that are single mothers, that have children, they build up these reputations in circles of men, okay, that protect them because they have the same shit going on, okay? See, let me tell you something about your brother. If somebody try to warn me about something and that individual is someone that I know, has a trustworthy track record, everything must be checked out or investigated, but I'm going to hear that person out and seriously look into it, okay? So that I'm not caught up or associated with any bastard like this, okay? Because see, before he got convicted of what he got convicted of, what we're going to review here tonight, he's been in this type of trouble before, okay? I've said it before many times in previous broadcasts. I got to contain myself on this. One of the things that cannot be reformed is a child predator, okay? Anybody that's involved in any type of sexual crimes, preying on innocent people, you can't reform that. You put that down, okay? That's the only answer for that. You put that down. You can't rehabilitate that. You don't put that back in society. That has no place on this planet, as far as I'm concerned. They better be glad I'm not in charge of what to do about that problem, because listen, man, I'm going to tell you like this, family. If you have children, and I don't have any, but I've had a hand in raising many, and I have young ones in my family, okay? The way I came up, my parents, grandparents, y'all heard me speak about it many times, we were very protected, okay, from any type of external threat to us. They didn't play them kinds of games. Children are helpless. They rely on adults to have wise judgment to be their protectors from things, okay? So if you got a child, it should go without saying, but if you got a child or children, please remember that. It's better for you to err on the side of caution and be wrong about something when it comes to somebody doing anything to your child than for you to let your guard down and then you have something on your conscience where you failed your child, okay? I want you to take those words to heart as we get ready to go into this tonight, all right? So, as usual, since we have a lot to cover, salute to everybody that's joining us. You know, I usually do a roll call, but I want to get right into everything that we're about to cover here. It's going to be very difficult to me, but sometimes you have to do difficult things for the benefit of the community. And that's what we're going to be doing here tonight. So what I'm going to do, we're going to take a look at some of the statements that this filthy demon made. And we're going to examine very thoroughly everything that happened up into present day. Oh, we're going to be thorough with this over here. Because if nobody else says it, I'm going to say it. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started.
Abundance. The mother and the daughter and the prosecution dropped every single sexual charge. I'm saying it again. The mother, the daughter, my accusers, in addition to the state, the prosecution, all agreed they need to drop all of the sexual charges. So yeah, it's a victory, but it's bittersweet. It's a victory because I was facing life. No parole, no probation. Now you may say, how could this be possible if a minor was so-called molested and it was DNA evidence? And people say DNA don't lie. And I always said, people do. Well, let's do this. The serologist, the expert that so-called found 6 semen stains amongst a headscarf and a t-shirt. Never mind the fact the whole rape kit said negative, negative, negative. They checked this girl for 5 different types of DNA, finger DNA, all types of different DNA. Checked her vagina, checked her mouth, checked her saliva, checked her excrement, checked her feces, checked her urine. Everything came up negative. You would think because of all the violent acts I was accused of, how I came inside of her, how I came on her face, how I bust her mouth open from penetrating her so physically, that there would be some kind of trace of something, some kind of DNA. But the rape kit came up all negative. So now we're in a conundrum. So how the hell how does the DNA just skip to a t-shirt and a headscarf? Well, the serologist that did the report that labeled it semen stains, when you got high-powered attorneys such as myself, then what happens is when you spend damn near 200 grand on your defense, you have the right to do depositions. We have our own private investigator. We have our own, guess what, forensics expert. So our forensics expert said this. Our forensics expert said, we want to take a look and see what's going on over there. So when our forensics expert took a look and examined these so-called clothes with semen stains, we had some questions about how did you definitively conclude that that was semen in the first damn place?
Let me stop this lying son of a bitch right here. Because see, let me tell you something. This, what you looking at, this Nigerian child predator, because we gonna give him to who he belongs to. This Nigerian child predator is what you call a pathological liar. He believes everything that he's telling you, regardless of what we already know, which we gonna get into here tonight. But here's the thing. If you got such high-powered attorneys, let me tell you something. I have never, and as long as I will, hope I'm never accused of anything like this bastard has been convicted of, because one, I'm not that kind of person. Well, I can't even call this a person. This is a fucking monster. But if somebody did try to accuse me of something like this, let me tell you something. I'm taking that shit to trial. I'm taking it all the way to trial, because I know I didn't do it. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to take no plea if I know that I did not do that. No, you got all these high-powered attorneys, forensic experts. Okay, why you ain't go to trial? Huh? And I don't want to hear that shit about, well, you know, you can't talk about the case. Yeah, okay. You can still say I'm not guilty of certain things and deny it without talking about the specifics of the case. Notice he never did that before we got to this point in present day. And see, ladies, let me talk to you, because see, I'm directing this towards primarily you tonight. I'm going to piss you off, but somebody had to tell it to you straight. Y'all better stop falling for every bastard that's got a slick mouthpiece and you see that they hang around people with status. Oh, yeah. See that chasing status all the time? Sometimes that puts you in situations where you're around a predator like this that's targeting your child. Everything that glitter ain't gold. See this goofy mindset that some of these women in our community have, where you thinking like a teenager about who you choose to, give your time to as far as a man. You do some of the goofiest shit ever. You do the thing where it's like, okay, I only want the men that other women are interested in. Let me tell you something. You better start looking at people's character. I don't give a damn what somebody owns, how well they talk, how much money they got, who they know. None of that makes up for what a person's character is. You understand me? I'm not playing no games with this message over here tonight, because see, one thing that pisses me off, the only victims I feel sorry for are the children. Because see, mark my words, now that this has come to where this conclusion is, he's been convicted, he's locked up, he's not free. All this shit you're seeing right here is pre-recorded on his part. A lot more victims gonna start coming forward, I guarantee you. But see, we're gonna get into some of that a little bit later here. I'm gonna let this filth continue to talk. I can barely stomach this bastard, but we got to break this down here tonight. Let's let it continue.
So guess what happens after that? A deposition is when we interview anybody that's part of the situation, whether it be the mother, the daughter, the people who took the 911 call, whoever. The prosecutor gets to sit in while we interview them, while there's a court-appointed stenographer that types up everything. The prosecutor can hear everything as it goes, so they can make a determining factor if they got a case or not. Point in case, we couldn't interview the serologist, Stephanie Thompson, because she mysteriously disappears when we want to question her about how she came up with those results. I'll say it again.
It's called a damn lab, you lying bag of dog shit, you. How you determine it with semen? In a lab. That's how they determined it. And all this about the serologist went missing. Let me tell you something. In the United States of America, there's no such thing as somebody going missing in today's day and age. We live in one of the most heavily surveilled countries on the planet. If your ass has an ID, a social security number, you can be found anywhere you are. See, but his goofy ass followers, that are still some of them sick ass. And look, let me tell you something. Brothers and sisters, anybody defending this bastard at this point, they're telling you exactly what they are. Because see, other predators defend predators. Okay? Other predators defend predators, male or female. That's what they do. So you better believe these people when they showing you this. Get so caught up in a cult of personality where even when you see right before your eyes that this bastard is guilty of this, you're still trying to defend him. That's the most pathetic human being on the planet. You better distance yourself from people like that don't have common sense. Because see, when somebody's sitting here doing a bunch of babbling like he is, fast talking, you better be mindful of people like that. Because all you have to do is be a careful listener and start asking questions. But see, when you're so mesmerized and caught up in somebody's personality, some people don't do that. And see, that's fine if you want to be that gullible. Where it's not okay when it costs a child their safety, their health, and their mental stability. That's when it's not okay. All this bullshit he talking about. Let's let this bastard get back to it.
Person who said that there was semen stains on the headscarf and the shirt, despite the fact the rape kit tested for 5 different DNAs, considering the egregious acts that I was accused of, the rape kit came up all negative, which science would suggest I did absolutely none of the things that I was accused of. Science would suggest I did absolutely none of the things that I was accused of. Okay? All right? That's what science would suggest. Science would suggest that. But here's this woman talking about this DNA evidence, and then now when we call her so we can interview her, get a deposition, and have it on record with my attorneys questioning them based on the findings of our forensic expert, she's nowhere to be found. So you know what we could do now? We could file a motion to dismiss the DNA for the case. That's what we could do. Because if we go to trial, we won't be able to cross-examine her because suddenly she disappears, she works for some private company, and no one could.
If he could have done that, he would have. He just sat there bragging about high-powered attorneys, right? Look, see, we got to actually break this down. I'm not talking about my audience because I have a very intelligent audience, but I'm talking about people that's going to catch this on the playback. Because it's probably going to be some of his sick-ass followers. If you know that you didn't do something like this, and you got high-powered attorneys, and they presented you with all these options to beat this, why in the hell when you exercise every option available to you if you know you didn't do it, if it was possible? See, a pathological liar is different from a person that just tell a lie here or there. A pathological liar actually does believe the shit coming out of their mouth. That is a dangerous individual. They can look you dead in your eye and tell you a lie. You understand me? See, this is a case study, ladies, on what you better not let into your life around your children, because there's many more Brother Polights out there, unfortunately, in our community. And the sad part about it is a lot of silly women will prop them up and give them access to your most precious gift, your seed, the continuation of your lineage. You better pay close attention to this broadcast here tonight.
Find her. Now, all the while, the state been giving me opportunities to plead 20 years, sexual offender. Plead 15 years, sexual offender. And I'm like, I wouldn't care if you gave me 1 day in prison. So long as you got that label registered sex offender on there, I'm going to trial. So long as you got that label there, registered sex offender, I'm going to trial because I can never make a plea to something like that. So guess what happens? The state says if we ever want to do interviews, depositions, if we ever want to get a deposition from the mother and a deposition from the daughter, all bets are off. They'll never do an agreement with me. They said they'll never do an agreement. Never do an agreement. Work out an agreement or a plea. I said, I don't give a... My attorneys will tell you straight up, because when you see my attorney video, he's going to tell you straight up. From day one, I said, I'm never doing an agreement to any sexual charges. Interview the mother and the daughter. So they are the last of our depositions. We got the police body cams. We realized that the police report contradicts the affidavit that they did. The affidavit contradicts the interviews that they did on the body cam. So we got 3 contradictions. The story that the mother and daughter tells on the body cam, the stories that they told in the police report, and the stories that they tell on the affidavits. None of them work out. And I'm going to speak about that.
Listen to this bold-faced fucking degenerate liar. Because think about it. Use common sense. You don't have to be a legal eagle or a law enforcement professional. I'm so angry I can barely get that out. You don't have to be a law enforcement professional or a legal eagle to understand this. If what he just said was true, they would throw the shit out. It wouldn't be no pleading to no lesser charge. No, if you get caught lying somewhere, you got a good, they're throwing that out. They're not going to have shit that doesn't match, and then they don't have it. Because, see, look, bottom line, let's just say that was true. Let's go here for the stupid people, right? And again, I'm not talking about my chat. I'm talking about the people that's going to hear this on the playback. Because I'm finna break all this down the way a lot of people didn't take the time to. Let's just say that was true. You know what they got you on? That damn DNA evidence. Oh, that don't lie. You can babble all you want talking about people lie, that science doesn't lie. Despicable bastard, you boy, I swear. See, y'all don't understand. There are some of us, we can't be around people like this. You understand me? We can't. That is not conducive to their good health on the planet. You understand? A child, man. Innocent. You are the lowest of the low. The minute that you set your mind to target a child in any type of way that can't defend themselves, you rob them of their innocence and their peace of mind. Like I said, I could never imagine what that's like because I've never had anything like that happen to me in my childhood, but I know people that have had that happen to them. I used to often wonder why my parents and my relatives were so strict about where they would let us go, whose house they would let us go over to. And you know, when you're a child, you didn't understand certain things, but as you get older, oh, I get it now. And you appreciate the parents for being in your life and being that strict. For those of us that had it like that, okay, I know everybody doesn't. But I'm going to tell you right now, this bastard right here, it couldn't have been my kid, man. Ain't no way. See, I'm going to get to something a little bit later here, but I'm going to tell you right now, that couldn't have been my kid. Because it'd have been a trial, all right. It wouldn't have been his, though. He wouldn't have been around to go to no trial. I'm going to put it like that. Because, see, y'all just don't understand, man. That's one thing that is unforgivable to me. Our children are our future. We're supposed to protect them and guide them and educate them. They are not supposed to be afraid to be around any of us as adults. They're not. But see, unfortunately, due to these damn predators in our community and the people that cover for them and hide their asses, our children are in danger from within what should be the safest place for them, which is our community. We're going to continue to examine this, though, because like I said, we got a lot more to get to.
But ultimately, we want to interview them. So when we interview them and do our depositions, have the prosecutor sit there, we already know where they're lying. We already know their lies. We looked at each of the 3 different types of lies they said for that night. So guess what's going to happen when we get to interview them? We're just going to ask them questions so they can contradict themselves. So when we go to court, we can ask them which story is true and why did you lie? So the prosecutor hits us again. Well, you know he's going to be facing life. We're in the week now where we got to interview the mother and daughter to get the deposition. So guess what happens 2 days before the mother and daughter are supposed to fly into town for us to get the depositions? They call. After a week ago threatening me, 2 days before the mother and daughter are supposed to fly out, they say, hey, we drop all the sexual charges. Huh? They say we're dropping all the sexual charges. And let me add something to this. Y'all heard this crazy story that I called a grown woman and asked if I could take her 14-year-old girl to a party. And y'all believe that bullshit. But guess what my text messages say? My text messages say, she asked me. Oh, hold on, let's reverse. Do you know that we broke up that same day? And later that, within a day, within 24 hours, she filed a criminal complaint. Let's add some more color to it. Do you know that the same day that I broke up with her, in my text messages, it's proven she said she was going to destroy my life. She was going to fuck my whole shit up. So we have motive.
This lying son of a bitch makes me sick. See, a stupid person that's caught up in somebody's personality instead of the truth and common sense. If you had these text messages That's admissible in a court of law. That shit does not exist, because if it did, you would have used it. Your attorneys would have used it. When you meet with an attorney, family, and you facing some type of charges like this, they're going to look you straight in the eye like, listen, tell me everything. I need to know everything if I'm going to be able to take this case and help you. Don't hold nothing back. That's what they're going to tell you, okay? And his attorneys told him the same thing. Now, let me deal with the bullshit that came out of his mouth. You say that the story, because that's what happened. He's trying to say it didn't happen. Okay, well, how did the girl end up at this party with you at 2 a.m.? See, let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if her mama asked me to do that. I'm like, oh, I'm not this child's father. I ain't got no business going with her nowhere at no damn 2 a.m. in the morning. Hell, I'm going to go here with it. I'm going to go here with it. Even if it was her father, that still would look crazy. Where you got to go 2 a.m. without her mother taking her somewhere, especially to some damn party? No. Then everything that happened when you got there. Huh? How your DNA get anywhere on this child? And I'm editing that. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say his DNA. And then you tell the lie, talking about she threatened to ruin your life after you broke up. Okay, well, why would you deal with a woman that's threatened you that way? Huh? Why would you do that? See, we gonna make all this make sense here tonight, because this bastard boy, oof. I'm gonna touch on another point, but I'm gonna let him finish telling this. See, because I'm gonna let him speak before I go ahead and challenge and break down all this bullshit, because I'm gonna teach a lesson with it by the time it's over here. Let's let it continue.
Do you know that I wasn't the one that asked to take her daughter to a party after 2 a.m. in the morning? Do you know my text messages say? She contacted me and asked me to take her daughter out to a party after 2 a.m. in the morning, and I vehemently declined, because I said, what the hell do I look like as a grown man taking a 14-year-old that obviously looks like a minor to a party? Y'all don't know that, though. All of this is in my text messages. Y'all don't know that, though. So you say, well, then, Polight, then you should be clean. I should be, but unfortunately, the mother turned her daughter in. The daughter got high and intoxicated, and because I'm not the one that turned them in, now we dealing with child abuse and delinquency of a minor.
Notice he's still not giving a full-throated denial. He's still not saying, no, I did not do that. You took this child, and I'm going to get on her mother in a minute. Oh, don't think I'm not. Yes, I am. You took this child to some party at 2 a.m. First of all, if I'm another man there, especially if it's my residence or club or whatever the place, and I see you coming in here with what clearly looks to be a minor, whoa. No. Hey, bro, what's going on? This is an adult club. You can't bring that child in here. Who kid is this? Nah, bro, you can't come in here. So that's number one. Number two, you get in there because that was negligence on whoever's supposed to be watching that part. You get in there, how she just mysteriously end up high and drunk with drugs and alcohol in her system? Huh? Then he said, because I believe that's a lot talking about, she had 5 different types of DNA. Okay, nigga, let's go there. I gotta contain myself here. If for some reason you were at this place with this minor, she's your responsibility to protect. So how did that situation occur if you were doing what you were supposed to have been doing? Because the whole thing is off. Ladies, let me tell you something. You got to be twice the fool it take to be one. If you ever let your child, male or female, go somewhere with somebody that's not their father at some 2 a.m., I don't give a damn who it is. boy. I'm gonna let this bastard continue, boy, because it's pissing me off.
If they could, so I'm like, let's fight it. Let's fight it. So my attorney's like, I just want you to understand that this child abuse in Florida, aggravated child abuse, from the child being intoxicated, they can give you 30 years in prison. I'm like, man, take the goddamn agreement. If, under what circumstances, if they can convince a jury that whether you gave her alcohol or you was aware that she was high at any point in time and you didn't turn her in, but since the mother did, you could be subject to 30 years. So I said, let's make a goddamn agreement, man, and let's work this thing out. So still got to sit down somehow, some way, but it is what it is. Blessings in abundance is bittersweet. Oh my goodness. And more information is going to come out, and this shit is far from over for all the lies that was told on me. Peace.
Filthy, degenerate bag of dog shit, you. See, I'm going to tell you how as you know he's guilty. Right at the end of that, did you notice that son of a bitch was smiling? See, if that was me and I was facing something like that, I wouldn't be able to smile. That's not just my reputation on the line. That is my family name on the line. I ain't never been associated with nothing like that, nor has my family. How you smiling about it? This you know you guilty. See, ladies, I'm going to play this audio. I'm going to play this audio, and I want you to listen to this woman, the child's mother. I want you, if any of this applies to anybody listening live or recorded, if you in a situation around somebody like this, you better pay close attention to what this woman is talking about, because this could happen to your child next. If you don't have enough proper common sense adult judgment to know you don't trust nobody around your child, you have to even watch some family members. Getting caught up in somebody's personality, I don't care who it is. And I mean, I don't care who it is. If you don't know them, they're not related to you, you don't send your children along with them. Because see, the stuff that he was saying, talking about he was going to take the child somewhere to have a conversation with her about respecting her mother. Okay, nigga, why you couldn't have that same conversation with that little girl right in front of her mama? Why you had to take her somewhere private? What was you going to say that her mama wasn't supposed to hear, huh? See, it's too much that don't add up with that. And see, for everybody, just in case you think I'm just talking, tell you what, I'm going to put this in the chat. I want y'all to learn this. Ladies, I want you to bookmark this. I want you to bookmark this. We're going to put this in here. I'm going to put this article in here several times throughout this broadcast night. In fact, I'm going to put this in here 3 times. I want you to familiarize yourselves with this. Because, see, this broadcast here, I'm doing it from the spirit of, hopefully, if the right ears hear it, I don't care if it ain't but 5 people, that it gets you to think before you make certain stupid decisions about leaving your children alone with people that you don't fucking know. I don't give a damn what their public image and persona is. All because you want to feel special because you see him with a whole bunch of other dumb heifers. Because, see, I'm going to tell you why I got smoked for the women that was around him. I'm finna go here. A lot of people ain't said this. Them bitches knew what he was about. Yes, the fuck you did. Ain't no way you gonna be all up in his face and not know that he got an affinity for preying on young children. Ain't no way you can know. They spend too much time with him. But see, it's just like that. As long as they getting something out of it, status being seen, gifts here or there, you don't care nothing about nobody but you. That's the scum of the earth in our community. And I apply that to the men too, because there's a lot of men that knew what this son of a bitch was about. I don't care if it was 1 child, 100, whatever. No child should be vulnerable to that in our community. None. I'm going to play this. And I want y'all to listen to this. Because, see, you can't fail the children in our community. You can't do that. They don't have nobody but us, man. If we don't do what we're supposed to do as adults and exercise our common sense, who's going to do it? They don't have any other defense but us. I want y'all to listen to this. I'm going to play the whole thing in its entirety, and we're going to stop it as need be.
The testimony about to give bears to the truth to hold within us the truth.
Okay, I'll need the old information. I want the defendant to be aware of what he was originally facing and what the new information. This is the new information.
I didn't give it to you.
Oh, I have one right here. All right. Okay, can you tell me your full name and date of birth?
Michael Eugene Noak Jr., August 10th, 1983.
All right, thank you. You were originally charged under case number F21-14438 with the following charges: lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 2 was lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, 12 to 16 years, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Lewd and lascivious conduct on a child under 16 by a defendant 18 or over, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 4, lewd and lascivious exhibition on a child under 16 years, defendant over 18, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And then count 6 is interference with custody, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years state prison. The state has now filed an amended information today, charging you with the following: aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. Count 2 is aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. It is my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this new information. You would be adjudicated guilty, and your sentence has been memorialized in a 4-page plea agreement. Did you have the opportunity to go over this plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay.
Now remember this linebacker dog shit, they dropped all the sexual charges. This is actual audio of the judge talking to him about what he's about to be sentenced and convicted of. Now I want somebody to tell me how anybody in their right frame of mind can hear this and everything else that you're about to hear here tonight and still believe the shit I just showed you in the beginning of this broadcast where he talking about they dropped all the sexual charges. Really? Those sounded like sexual charges to me. Let it continue.
You need the defendant to initial each page because there are not initials on these pages. All right. Noak, that you have gone over this plea agreement with your lawyer, and I want to go over it with you, not each and every aspect of it, but the major components of the plea agreement. But what I am going to ask is for the state to tell me the general terms of the plea agreement, and then we will go into the details on the contract. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant will...
When you say 10 years probation.
10 years reporting probation. Okay. The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children.
For those that don't know what MDSO means, that means mentally disordered sexual offender. And I'm going to put this link back in here 3 more times. Oh, we're going to keep putting it in here tonight. We're going to keep putting it in here tonight because, see, a lot of times stuff like this is so horrific. The average person in their right frame of mind doesn't go looking for this type of stuff. Okay, we don't. Those of us with a soul attached to us that are close to the most high in any kind of way, we don't even think about anything like this happening to a child, but you must in order to protect them. So I want you to familiarize yourself with that article that I put in there 6 times now. It's in the chat. It's going to be in there several more times what's over tonight. I want everybody that joins us to be able to click that link, save that, and be familiar with it. because it further proves he's a lying bag of dog shit. And see, let me tell you something right now. This whole, he talking about he ain't gonna risk his sex offense. Yeah, yes, he is. He will be. He will be. Trust me. He will be. But see, I'm gonna tell you what I'm hoping for. And I'm not gonna miss no words with this. I hope that son of a bitch don't make it out. You deserve to be put under that damn prison. I told you. Why would you put that back in our society? Any of them. There's no place for you around normal human beings because a normal human being does not think that way. I don't care how mad a child make you. None of us in our right frame of mind think about doing any type of degeneracy to them like that. Or I'm gonna tell you right now, some of these people that I see out here still trying to defend this, talking about they planted something on the city mob. How? See, let me go ahead and deal with that before I let this play. The government didn't set this bastard up. No, they didn't. You know why? Because they like motherfuckers like him in the community. A worthless shit eater that sit up here because you not teaching nobody nothing. All you doing is the worst thing in the world, besides preying on children. You blowing smoke about women's asses to make them feel like, oh, the black woman is God. Ladies, you better be very suspicious. Our niggas is always telling you that. We're mortal human beings. We were created in the image of the Most High, but none of us are gods. None of us are. These damn con artists like him, Eric Jackson, others, they have an ulterior motive. And oftentimes it might be your baby, so let it continue.
The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody, and that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay-away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
Nah, see, the hell with all that. He's supposed to have so much wealth and so much money. Nah, all that need to be paid up front. Nah, if he really got it like that, nah, all that shit, them Bentleys, all them little cars, all that shit, sell every fucking thing he have and give all of that to the victim. That's what needs to happen. That's what would happen if I was judging the case. Oh, yeah. Ain't no, what you paying it in installments for, Mr. Big Baller? But see, that let you know he was lying about a lot of that. A lot of that shit you saw him having, that was a lot of rented stuff. But I don't care whatever he owned. Oh, buddy, nah, all of that finna get sold. Every square inch of it. Boy, see, scum like this, you erase them from the existence of humanity. Because they're not human. They don't belong anywhere amongst us. So that's one thing that pissed me off about that. Now go ahead and pay all of it up front. I'm gonna let her continue here because we ain't done yet.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay. All right.
The defendant's counsel will be providing probation with a proof of the $5,000 being paid.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Noak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there is no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay. All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you, in fact, affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now, it says on page 4, having read the above-mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noak. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now going to place my signature on this plea agreement in that I am now going to be ratifying.
Let me tell you something, family. One thing that I think every race of people that loves their children in this country should agree upon, there needs to be some amendments to what happens to these damn child predators. One, life is mandatory. If we have proven DNA evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt that you did something to a child, life should be mandatory. On the low end of it, you should not get no parole, no. And definitely my favorite, I don't believe in wasting taxpayer dollars. Oh, straight from the courtroom, lethal injection, electric chair, bring that back. Whole bunch of stuff I would do to a bastard like this if it was up to me. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you how look, y'all gonna hate me for saying this. Some of y'all gonna be like, how could you say this? This isn't a human in front of me. So I'm gonna say what I got to say. If I gave the bastard life, you wouldn't just be sitting somewhere isolated waiting to rot. Oh no. I'd send you somewhere where your ass would be a living lab rat. You would be a science experiment. And the most horrible, vile things imaginable I would do to your ass day by day. And I will make sure to keep your ass alive too, so that when you finally expire, it's a slow, agonizing death. Because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. Family, I'm going to say this again. The children of our community do not deserve this bastard inflicted on that woman's child, due in part to her damn negligence and lack of character judgment. When you allow this to happen, I'm going to tell you something. If we had one thing that we need to change in our community, we need to deal with these types of bastards ourselves. Oh, yes. They shouldn't be no trial. Them folk, they should be coming to pick up a body. That's the only acceptable thing for me. They should be coming to pick up. Just call the coroner. No need. It is what it is. It should be completely legal in this country for you to do whatever you need to do to a child predator if it's proven that they did something to anybody's child. I'm going to tell you right now, you take out a piece of shit like this, you're a hero in my book. What crime? I ain't see nothing. Let it continue.
This plea agreement as negotiated between the state of Florida and your attorney. Has anybody, including your lawyer, told you anything differently than what I've just told you?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication affecting your ability to understand me?
No.
Is anybody forcing, threatening, or coercing you to enter into this plea?
No.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, the entry of this plea will have negative immigration consequences, including deportation and removal?
Understand.
You had the right, sir, to have gone to a jury trial where your lawyer had the ability to compel the attendance of witnesses on your behalf, the ability to confront and cross-examine the witnesses and evidence against you. You had the right to testify just like any other witness or remain silent, and your silence could not have been used against you if you went to a jury trial. You also have the right to appeal any mistakes that I would have made during the course of the trial, and the right to hold the state of Florida to the burden of proving these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand, sir, that by entering into this plea, that you are giving up all of these rights and we will not have a jury trial?
I do.
Have you discussed this plea with your lawyer?
Yes,
Has he answered all of your questions?
absolutely.
Victim's mother, and she will be listed as victim Noak in the Zoom, and she is requesting, pursuant to Marcy's law, that her identity remain anonymous. So for that reason, she will not be stating her name, but she will be making a statement regarding the.
Where would it
It
be?
should say victim and then in parentheses Noak. Sorry. You see it when it says victim Noak?
Okay, yes, 1 second. All right, you may unmute, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I want to take the time to address something too, because see, a lot of people have said the same thing. You saw all the women that he had access to around him. A lot of people like, okay, well, if he had all the women around him, you know, why would he go after the child? So you got to understand, a degenerate like that, a demonic monster like him, he wouldn't care about being with the women. That's no good. What they really want access to are children. So the women are just there for a smokescreen. That's it. Because I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, probably within a year's time, more victims gonna come out. More people that introduce this bastard into that so-called conscious community, they're gonna be implicated too. Oh, it's coming. Because see, you can't have someone like this around you long term. I'm not talking about you met with him here or there, you worked with him here or there, because, okay, that's short term. You couldn't have known what he was into. But them people that was around him on a regular basis in that damn so-called conscious community, oh yeah, they knew what this bastard was about. There's no way. And see, I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to tell you something I'm surprised he didn't do yet, and he probably will. Don't be surprised if he started giving up some names about other people that knew what he was doing and that was in on it with him. Oh, expect that. Remember my words. Remember my words, because I'm telling you, there's no way that he was around those people for that long, hanging with them, partying with them, and none of them was involved in the same thing. See, let me tell you something. Ladies, you often hear men say this when we're telling you about friends that you have that we consider whores. You don't hang out with people that you don't have something in common with. This applies to degenerate male predators like him in the same case. You're not hanging out with people that you don't have something in common with. You cannot make me believe that none of them was involved in the same thing that he was. So expect them to start talking soon. I can't wait. Let it continue.
Good morning. All right, so what I'd like you to do is, well, you don't want to give your name. So at this point, just go ahead and you can give us an impact statement. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Michael Noak. This is the first time I have spoken publicly about what you've done to my daughter and I. I have gracefully remained silent the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years of pain, shock, disbelief, PTSD, constant nightmares, and daily triggers. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself. What you have done to my daughter, myself, and my entire family is inexcusable. You hurt us all. You made me believe that you were such a great man and you could do no wrong.
And ma'am, that's why you have tears in your eyes and in your voice, because you knew that you failed. How did he make you that he was make you believe that he was such a great man and he could do no wrong? Let me tell y'all something. Every human being on this planet is capable of doing wrong. All of us. but not this, unless you a degenerate. So what I'm telling you when I'm saying this to you women in particular, stop putting people, human beings that bleed and die just like you, stop putting them on pedestals as if, oh, this person could never, ever do it. You don't know these people like that. You don't. Especially not enough to trust your child around. Now listen, you want to be hard-headed and take whatever risk and gamble, and you put yourself in certain situations as an adult, okay, go do that. Don't inflict that on the child. And see, let me go ahead and go here with it, because I hadn't really heard nobody say this yet. God damn it, where was her father? Where was her father? This is why we go so hard against that single motherhood bullshit. Because see, this is every man's worst nightmare. You got a baby mama, whatever, y'all don't make it, or ex-wife, whatever, and she brings some new nigga around your kid, and this happened? Every man fears that. This is why when it comes to choosing who you procreate with, if that person isn't worth your last name and you're not making it clear, both of y'all, to each other, hey, once these babies come in the picture, we in this for the long haul. We're not breaking up this family so we can leave it vulnerable like that. Okay? I could not imagine if this happened to my child and I had to hear about it and I'm states away or whatever, somebody tell me that happened to my daughter, I swear to God, boy, I'll be trying to get in that same prison with his ass. This is why you need to raise all your children under one roof. Having babies isn't just something that you do just for the hell of it. You bring these babies up in a complete intact home where they have male protection. A lot of people hadn't said that the way it need to be said, but damn it, I'm going to say it over here on my channel. So I sympathize with her for that, but she's got to live with that every day for the rest of her life, that a part of this situation happened because of her lack of judgment. Becoming a parent is the most important job you'll ever have on this planet. You can't afford to fail once you take on that job. So let this continue.
You made me fully trust you, and for that, my daughter trusted you too. But the truth is, you're a monster, a demon. The very first time that I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, the very first time, and you couldn't even help yourself. You told me you was going to be right back. You were going downstairs. You were going to grab food and take vacation pictures. You told me that you wanted to have a one-on-one talk with her about loving and respecting me as a great mother that I was and am. And I actually believed you.
Ma'am, what the hell did you have to tell her without being in your presence? Going downstairs, why he couldn't go with you? If this man cared anything about you and he had designs on making you one of his wives or whatever the case may be, what are he trying to separate you from her for? See, ladies, you better understand something. Bastards like this, they give you signs. They give you warning signs that are there all along. It's up to you to pay attention to them. I guarantee you, she probably caught him looking at her daughter a certain way, making certain inappropriate so-called jokes, because ain't no such thing as joking sexually with no damn minor. I guarantee you she probably let a lot of that shit slide. I guarantee you she probably heard the other stuff that he was involved in. I guarantee you that. Because see, when this type of motherfucker right here have this type of disorder about them, they don't just do it once or twice. They can't turn that off. This is why you can't rehabilitate them. I guarantee you she saw shit that she just didn't pick up because you enamored with him and being in his presence. Oh, no, I'm just going to let that slide. And see, the reason why I'm going so hard on this, let me tell you something, man. I'm a grown man. I said, I've never experienced any type of sexual child abuse or anything because my family didn't play that. They would take your head off your shoulders and piss down your throat. And I'm talking right down to my grandparents. Unfortunately, we have a lot of situations in our community today where a woman will get some no good son of a bitch like him and bring them around their daughter and they get to doing stuff to their daughter and they'll believe him over the damn child. The child that you carried for 9 months, that is supposed to be an unbreakable spiritual bond. You hear me? I'll tell you right now, I don't give a damn who it is. I ain't putting nobody ahead of my kids if I had any. Nobody. Nobody's supposed to be worth that. This is going to eat her for the rest of her life. Definitely going to affect her daughter for the rest of her life. Because, see, what makes this bastard such a monster is worse things than death. Yeah, I said it's worse things than death. Psychological trauma and torment from having that inflicted upon her, that's going to be with her forever. There's no telling how much that's going to affect her day-to-day life, her relationships with other people, just being out in public, just getting a decent night's sleep. And you telling me for anybody that thinks that I'm wrong about what I want to do to these types of bastards and I wish it was law, you permanently rob that person of a part of their humanity for the rest of their life. So if you are somebody listening to this and you ever been through that and you survived that, I salute you. And I hope you understand that that wasn't your fault. It was the adults around you that failed you. It wasn't your fault. So you do your best to try to protect other children from that. That's the best you can do. Maybe that in some small way will help you get over that if you've experienced that. Because like I said, I've never experienced anything like that, but I'm empathetic of anybody that has, okay? See, when I'm over here on this channel, I mean it when I tell you I love my community. I love each and every one of you in this chat. Brothers and sisters, I mean that. And I would never let anybody do something to nobody's child. I don't care. Look, I'm going to tell you how serious I am about this. One of you in here, or a handful of you, could hate my guts. Oh, I hate that nigga. I can't stand him. Call me anything but a child of God. The one thing I won't let nobody do, I won't let nobody do nothing to your kid. I don't give a damn what you think about me. Nope. Because see, the protection that I had coming up, I think every family is supposed to be protected like that when it comes to the children. So me and you may knock down, drag out, go at it. But I won't let no harm come to your kid. That I won't do. We must get very, very strict and stringent about removing these kinds of predators from our community before they do harm to kids. Let it continue.
I believe that you were going to bring her right back. I thought you were going to have this trusting conversation with her that you promised me. Her and I both trusted you. For a grown man to violate a child who trusted him, you should be ashamed of yourself. You plotted on me and my little girl. The entire time you knew what you planned to do. Isolate, intoxicate, then violate my baby. Shame on you. I trusted you to bring her right back. You were supposed to bring her back the same way that you took her. Instead, you drugged her and took advantage of her. You sexually abused her. You forced alcohol down her throat. You then forced her to see things that no child should ever have to see. You forced her to feel things that no child should have to feel. You forced her to accept violence that no child should ever have to endure. You forced drugs in her that no human should ever even ingest. She's my child. My baby. How could you? How could you? You could have killed her with all the drugs that were found in her system.
Damn.
And you thought your master plan was mapped out perfectly, huh? You thought I'd be dumb enough to believe you over my child. And you thought that money would blind me. You thought I was going to be so blinded that I wouldn't notice when you returned her with bruises all over her body.
But it did blind you, ma'am, because it allowed you to make him. It allowed you to think that he was worthy of trusting around your child. So that did happen. Yes, it did. See, over here in these spaces, we all talk about economic stability, achieving as much as you can achieve. But see, I'm going to tell you something, ladies. A lot of people don't have the balls to say this. I don't care what man you find, how much money you got, multi-millionaire, billionaire. Should you find one? Okay, great. What type of person is he? What type of person is he? See, unfortunately today, a lot of women in our community, due to the way certain things are mass marketed and promoted towards us, they can't see past shiny objects and things. It's all right as long as you got everything you need and want. But just beware. When you ignore shit like that, the devil could be sitting right next to you. And it's not fair for a child to have to suffer hell because you couldn't recognize the devil standing right in front of you because he gave you a few gifts. Let it continue.
Her mouth busted, uncontrollably shaking. Absolutely not. And although you executed your plan and you got what you wanted those couple of hours, you actually failed. Because look where you're at right now. You have created a lifetime of trauma for my daughter and I. Before you, we never knew evil existed. You brought so much evil into our lives that early morning. And I'll never forget. I called you like 50 times and you wouldn't answer me. And I called her too, but you took her phone.
So now, this is the part that really upset me. If I was stupid enough to allow my child outside of my presence with a stranger, and I called my child and I can't get in touch with the person that's got her or them, everything on this planet would have to be deployed to stop me from going to where my child is. I promise you, on everything that I love, you better pray to heaven and hell that I don't find you. Okay? Because I'm coming to get my child. First of all, it's not going to happen. I just can't even fathom that if I was a father. But okay, you calling? It's 2-something a.m. in the morning, probably later, and he ain't picking up. So what, you just going to sit there? Why you ain't call the police? Huh? That was the time to do that. Maybe they could have got there in time to stop that from happening. God only knows what happened to this child. So what, you just sit there and wait on them to bring her back? See that kind of shit right there. That's what, man, listen. Let me calm down. There's no way that I would just sit there and wait for him to return. Especially if I know where you at. Oh, no. But see, that's why she crying now. And ladies, I'm telling you, you better listen to everything on this call while she's talking. And you better make sure that that's not you. Because see, if some of you are in situations where you're dealing with, and let me go here with it too. Y'all hear me often talk about the homosexuals. Well, yeah, this right here fit the agenda too. Because see, if you got daughters that are developing or coming of age, and because of whatever the choices you made in your life, you didn't get the man that you wanted, now you have to take the bottom of the barrel. Here come a homosexual willing to live off you. Just know that homosexual's got eyes for your daughter. 9 times out of 10. This is why I despise them so much. I'm not gonna miss no words over here tonight. Somebody got to tell it like it is. Let it continue.
You drugged my baby and you gave her no way to seek help. You left me no way to contact her or even know where she was. I get physically sick now whenever I'm away from my daughter because of you. Something as simple as her going to school, I'm in panic mode. Because I'm scared when she comes back, she's going to be hurt all over again. I constantly have flashbacks of that night. And what she lives with is not okay. She feels uncomfortable around people and will live with this forever, and this is not fair to her. She never deserved this. Shame on you for forcing evil on our youth. And you know, for a year, I questioned, how could you even do this to us? Her and I did nothing wrong to you. We trusted you. I moved across the country because I believed everything that you told me. but it was pure manipulation I see now. All you do is specialize in selling false dreams.
I got a question of my own that I got to ask. And it's a fair question. I wonder how many of her male family members tried to tell her, hey, don't, this is bad news, this guy. Don't go nowhere, cross no country for this bastard. You don't know him, and take your children. If you gonna go, okay, you go. Leave the children here. Let them stay with us. See, ladies, a lot of times, those of you that are like her, men try to tell you things before tragedy occurs. See, that's part of all this protecting that all these women running around talking about now. Oh, black men don't protect black women, especially with Brickgate. And oh yeah, some more stuff that came out about that. I'm debating on whether I'm gonna get into that or not. But yeah, she's been found out for the certified fraud that she is. I saw some stuff. Well, she's got a long history of scamming. But see, when it comes to protecting you, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Protection begins with an open ear. We can't protect you if you don't listen to a damn thing we try to tell you. You think you know so much more. You think you're so slick. Oh, this won't ever happen. This, that, the third. Okay. You are rejecting the protection that we're trying to give you when you don't adhere to our words. You don't even consider them because, see, I know where that comes from. In this country today, you've been conditioned. A lot of you have been conditioned to not listen to a black man. It's become cute to disrespect us when we try to tell you certain things. Corporations have a vested interest in that too, because see, let me tell you something, for those of you that do that, I'll tell you where you put yourself at a handicap. Let's just say you can't stand us as black men. You despise us. Okay, fine. Ask yourself one question. Where your protection gonna come from if not us? See, Mei-Ling, Becky, Esmeralda, okay, Fatima, okay, all these other different races. They got the protection of their men. As hard-headed as they are, they do know when to listen because they know that outside of their own group, they're not gonna have no protection. So now, if you willingly choose to ignore what black men try to tell you, you know how some of y'all can get. Okay. Then you end up in a situation like this where a damn predator is preying on you and your child. Every single one, no exceptions. Every single mother home is unprotected. If you don't have a husband, you unprotected. If you don't at least have a significant other that's under the same roof as you, your ass is unprotected. I'm not sugarcoating shit over here. I don't run around telling everybody, oh, the black woman's guy, none of that shit. That's part of the problem in this country now about why some of the things are going on, but I'm talking about our community. Don't nobody man up and tell the truth about shit. Everybody trying to sugarcoat stuff and tickle people's ears. I don't play that shit over here. A child, the most sacred in our tribe, was harmed by this bastard. And it's going on right now as we speak. And see, I got to speak on something before I let this play. One of the things that pisses me off to no end, in certain families, some of the women will try to protect these predators and not tell nobody about shit. When you do that, you prevent the men from doing their job and removing that cancer from amidst the family. Don't you ever keep that from the males in your family. If you find out some demented, dirty bastard in the family is doing something to kids, you let us know so we can take care of that. Because if you don't, your ass is complicit in every future victim that he lay his hands on. I want you to sit with that if you're the type of woman that does that. Let's continue.
How can you do this to an innocent child and mother who simply trusted you? We did nothing wrong. But you know what? I'm done breaking my head trying to question or figure out how you could do such a thing. It's so simple to me now. You're just a sick man. A man you can have a plethora of women, but you secretly prefer to have a child. And it's so clear now. I will never be able to fully trust another person due to the betrayal that you've shown me. And for that, I was not willing to trust 6 strangers and go to trial. Nor was I going to put my daughter through an additional trauma. This plea was in our best interest. You and I both know the evidence is extremely substantial. But even with that, I refuse to have my child be tormented when she's done nothing wrong. All she holds is the truth. And I will say this, although you were so worried about being labeled a sex offender, you did us a huge favor by admitting to guilt, period. So for that, I thank you. I truly thank you. Yes, mitigation took place and I allowed it as long as it meant you going to prison and you getting true help. Because true help means no more victims. The fact that your only non-negotiable was to accept the sex crime shows exactly the type of man that you are.
That's not a fucking man, that's a damn demon. And you can't help that. Ladies, if you don't listen to nothing else I ever tell you on this channel, you cannot rehabilitate a child predator, male or female. That is impossible. You can rehabilitate a murderer, a thief, okay? You can rehabilitate those. Yes, you can. I've seen it done. A child predator? No. There's something permanently wrong in your mind and your spirit for you to be able to commit such a horrendous act. There's no rehabilitation for that. And see, I'm going to tell you the other problem that I have. Again, it's a shame that this child's father was not there because fuck a plea deal. No, we're going to trial. Convict this son of a bitch for 30 years to life. Because see, if he survives these 7 years, and I hope to God he doesn't, if he survived these 7 years and they set this bastard back loose, he gonna reoffend. They always do. There's no such thing as a child predator being set loose and they don't reoffend. There's never been a successful case of rehabilitating these damn demons. Never. So that's why I wish there would have been a father there, because see, like I said, 2 years to get to this point, I'd have been trying to find his ass everywhere he went. I'd have been on his ass. I'm going to get to you, buddy. You would not be safe. They would have to, he would stop. You ain't going to be running around the country. You done did something to my kid? Oh, hell no. I'm going to make sure you don't get no sleep. Back to business. He would go ahead and turn it like, hey, this nigga, he trying to get it. Go ahead and lock me up now. I'll just stay locked up to the trial. That's the way that would have went down. Boy, I just couldn't fathom it. I'm going to let it continue, though, because there's a lot to be learned and a lot need to be said.
You know what you did in that hotel room. I know what you did, and my daughter knows what you did. DNA doesn't lie. There's no reason why your DNA should have been found on my baby. And yes, I satisfied your bogus request to not be labeled a sex offender, but it doesn't take away from who you truly are. I wasn't going to waste any time going back and forth with you over a label. God will judge you for exactly the person he knows you to be, a sexual predator. So rest assured, jail time equals jail time. And I pray that during your 10 years of sex offender probation, you actually receive the treatment that you need, and it helps heal your sick mind and get the thoughts of being with children out of it.
I hope he get the treatment too. It's called being changed. Yeah. I honestly hope that he gets a lot of sharp treatment. Oh yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, there's a treatment, all right. Oh, there's a permanent treatment. I really hope that's what happens.
All you care about is your pretend image. But I know exactly who you are now. You want to be this public figure, but you want to do all your evil acts in secret. You're so self-centered. That's why the last time I saw you on February 27, 2021, you fought me. You tried to hold me hostage from taking my daughter to the hospital. I'll never forget that cowardly look in your eyes. I'll never forget it. You were so scared. You were so scared because you realized you messed with the wrong one. Your last words to me, you held me and said, please don't go. You're going to ruin my career.
What I don't understand for the life of me is when this bastard finally brought her child back to her. Why she didn't have a whole bunch of her male family members waiting on that son of a bitch to come back there? If they weren't already looking for him, why she didn't have them waiting there to deal with that? Because see, had men been present, we wouldn't be hearing about him going to prison for 7 years. Oh, no. That'd have been a completely different story if they loved that child, be it their niece, okay, or younger female cousin, okay, whatever the case, grandbaby, whatever the case. Look, I'm just saying, you had a family like mine coming up? Yeah. Yeah, it'd have been a completely different story.
Well, today, September 6th, 2023, my last words to you are, I hope the next 17 years of your life, you're reminded of the disgusting, terrifying, unforgettable act that you've done to my innocent daughter. Shame on you. And although you've caused a tremendous amount of trauma for myself and my daughter, we will and will always be superior of you, because a successful, honest career is something that you could never, ever have. We will both continue to stand against violence. My daughter will continue to persevere and be bright and intelligent and courageous young woman that she is. So, Michael Noak, I hope you enjoy prison, and God bless you.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your courage for speaking. It is heartbreaking, and my heart goes out to you.
Ain't nowhere in here I could have been talking about God bless him. Nah, see, ladies, let me tell you something. You can hear it in my voice. A man's energy, I'm talking about a man, not a male. A man's energy would have been totally different regarding this whole scenario. Possibly it wouldn't have even occurred. Because see, look, let me make a plea to you all. I'm going to make a plea to you all. Because I know everybody's situation ain't perfect. I know that everybody's situation not perfect as far as family situations, but I don't care if you in my chat room or you listen to this on the playback. If you in the situation where it's baby daddy, baby mama, I'm imploring you, listen, figure out whatever you need to do, even if you can't stand each other, to be at peace enough to protect your children, okay? It ain't about you no more. See, you lost. It ain't no more about me, you. When them children come into work, it's about them kids, man. Because this should have never happened to her daughter. So what I'm saying is my plea to those in the baby daddy, baby mama situation, please find a way to be there for your kids. And y'all ain't got to be best friends. You just need to be on the same page when it comes to your babies, okay? That should have never happened. Now, what I'm going to do with the rest of the remainder of this broadcast, I'm about to play the video from what happened when all of this first came out that he was accused. And I want you ladies to study this damn demented con artist and child predator, because you need to know when you're in the presence of others just like him, because he's not the only one. Some of you have been in the presence of these bastards, and some of you, just because they say certain things or they know certain people or they appear to have some type of will, you sit there and your senses just turn completely off. So we're going to look back at a lot of stuff he was saying, and then keep in mind, like I said before, you will notice he never makes a full-throated denial. I want you to study everything about what I'm about to play, from his body language to the way he speaks, all of it. Because see, I'm going to tell you something. All of them have the same mannerisms and gestures and demeanor, okay? It's very important that we pick up on this. Not just for the sake of us recognizing it and getting these bastards out of our community, but you need to teach your children how to recognize them when they're in the presence of a damn predator. Because you failing as a parent if you didn't do that. We were taught very early on about that, okay, in my family. I'm going to play this, and I want y'all to put your study mindset on. Study all of it, because this is very important. You have to go back and review things like this when history gives you the opportunity to do so. And hopefully this will help protect somebody else's child. Let's let it play.
Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been dropped. Let's start it off with this conversation right here. Again, I won't be talking about the case specifically. For
You didn't have to talk about it to deny it. Again, this is the past for those just coming in. This is the past when all of it first came out, so you know what you listen to.
All the right reasons. I have legal counsel. They're going to do what they got to do. What we are going to talk about is cyber defamation litigation. We are going to have a conversation about that. We are going to have a conversation about cyber defamation litigation. We are going to do that. And the reason why we're going to do this, because there's a lot of dishonest, wicked people out there. I've never seen nothing like this, where people literally prey on someone's demise. So I say it again. Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been eradicated. They're gone. Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty fight. They came up with new counts. Of course, nothing compared to those.
Now, I want to teach you sisters something about this, because the older sisters in the chat room, you know this, but the younger women out here, especially those of you who are young mothers, let me point out something to you about what you just saw him do when he was talking about the charges were dropped. All them damn theatrics and shit like that. That's a sign of a damn liar. Because again, a man that's worth something, that values his name, his family name, if we're accused of something like this, we would be distraught, man. It would be hard for us to even just speak about it without showing some type of anger, or without, at the very least, being very, 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 very concerned. We wouldn't be doing theatrics, smiling and all of that. No. Because see, let me tell you something. For those of us that are like myself, men that value our names, our family names, okay, and integrity in the community, because we're a part of a community, this would be devastating for us, man, to have that type of accusation levied against us if we didn't do it. No, there would be no type of plan. So I want you to keep that in mind. Like I said, I will be pointing out certain things that I want you sisters to catch up on, okay? Because it should go without saying, but see, some people can't tell. See, I'm going to do it because too much of this goes on in our community. That's a conversation a lot of people don't want to have, but we're going to have it over here tonight. Let it continue.
Those first-degree felonies, which is crazy, because that give you life or 30 years in prison early. You dig what I'm saying? So yes, we will be turning up later on the strength. We will be turning up later on the strength. Is there still a fight? There's still a fight. But it's very interesting because a lot of people spoke out of turn, jumped out the window, accused me of things that not even the prosecution can. If the things that people say on YouTube was accurate, I mean, goddamn, you wouldn't even see me here today. You wouldn't see me here today.
We shouldn't have seen you around no black men that didn't believe in harboring no predators. Because see, let me see, back in the day, one thing we got to give our elders and ancestors credit for. You couldn't come around us if you was a danger to a child. Especially you've already been accused of before. You should be afraid to come around other men that's not about that. This is why I can't let that so-called conscious community off the hook that was harboring him and making him feel so welcome and comfortable. At the very least, they was supposed to be like, hey, bro, till that get worked out, you can't come over here. I understand waiting till the facts come out. I get that. But see, here's my problem. Most of us who are decent, upstanding black men, we go our whole lives and never have nobody accuse us of nothing like that. Our whole lives. People don't just throw that on you. I know there's some people out here who make up certain things and lie, but what I'm saying is, what are the odds that it's not true if it just keep coming up over and over and over again? Where there's smoke, there's fire, okay? This is common sense. We're going to further analyze this piece of shit right here because, see, y'all got to learn how to spot them, ladies. Y'all have to for the sake of your babies.
So how the hell do these people on the internet know so much, but the legal system don't? The shit that people be saying, oh, nah, you got to pay for that. Now I was going to wait until later down the line. But goddamn it, since these joints is gone, why not get the ball rolling now? Cyber defamation litigation. We're going to deal with that too. We're talking about suing people, not only for defamation, but also for libel. If you're even writing comments online, lying, blatantly lying on my name, yeah, we're coming for you. You think it's a joke, but this is some serious shit. If you're collecting money off of your videos while misrepresenting what's transpiring in the case, if you're lying on your videos, if you're calling me out my character, like literally saying I am somebody in particular, I've done something in particular. If you're lying and saying, yeah, I had a previous case before. If you're lying and saying, oh, that's Brother Polight's statements. I never made a statement. No statements are mine. I never made a statement to nobody. Nobody on planet Earth has a statement from me. So if you're lying on the internet saying, oh, Polight made a statement and said he was going here and he was doing. If you're using my 2-year-old's face on your video, if you're using my 15-year-old's face on your video, if you're messaging them directly, all that shit is crazy. All of that is crazy. If you want to believe I did something, fine. You're entitled to your belief.
And First Sergeant, I'm so glad that you brought that up because like the sister saying here, she said he's such a narcissist and he's only concerned about how he presents his image to the world. I'm so glad you brought that up, sister, because see, the image, this is how he was able to gain access to that woman's daughter, his victim. That image, okay, the image that he crafted for himself. Oh, fast talker. Oh, I'm such a wise teacher. People calling him a prophet and all this other goofy nonsense. Okay. And then, as I said before, I can't even just put this on the women. You got a lot of men that will become enraptured and enamored by these over-the-top personalities like that. Always talking, never building. Especially when these types of allegations come up. See, you got to understand something. I'm going to show you something. I'm finna thread a needle for you. Because, see, this is for the protection of our community. You better go back and study Jim Jones. Not the rapper. The cultist, Jim Jones. Ask yourself, how could he convince all those grown adults to go and commit suicide with him? See, the cult of personality is a very powerful thing, and it can be very dangerous if you don't exercise your common sense. Say it one more time, just in case we got new people listening here. Don't you ever put anybody, male or female, on such a pedestal that you think they can never do any wrong. We're all human beings. There's nobody perfect amongst us. Nobody, okay? We warn you about people like Derrick Jackson, Brother Polight. I'm calling them all out. I don't give a damn if they get mad or not. Your ace metaphors, all of them just be blowing smoke up women's asses. You better look twice at these bastards. You better. Because, see, I've said this statement many times. If a man truly loves you, ladies, we don't just kiss your ass and tell you can do no wrong. We give you praise when you do right, but we also call out what you do wrong. You know why? It's not an ego thing. It's not a ha, I told you so thing. Let me tell you what it means to men like me, okay? Because I know probably some other brothers are going to agree with this statement when I make it. The reason that we correct you on things is because you're our other halves. If we're a team, we need the team to be strong. So if I see you wrong about something, I got to correct you because you're supposed to have my back. You're supposed to be my lifeline. And I expect the same of you when I'm wrong. That's how you come together and have a strong union when it comes to building a family, especially. There's no room for sugarcoating things and lying to somebody when you have the responsibility of being the head of a family as a man. Everything has to operate on one accord, okay, for you to protect your household and all the charges in it, okay? So instead of having this thing where you can't be corrected and you don't think a man is a good man unless he's kissing your ass, you placing yourself and your children in danger if you continue going down that mindset. See, the sad part about it, if most of the women in our community had the proper mindset that I just described, Derrick Jackson wouldn't have no audience. And I'm not talking about his business assist. No, if you stupid enough to go pay your money to any of them like him, go ahead. What I'm talking about is our women will be smart enough to know when somebody's just catering to their damn ego. They'll be like, wait a minute. Yeah, this might make me feel good, But in the long run, this is dangerous because you're lying to me. The world does not operate off of my feelings and blowing smoke up my ass. I need to be told the truth. Do you understand me? So that's what I want to put on you ladies' mind for those that applies to. So let this bastard continue.
But to lie and tell people I did something is two different things. So again, the two worst charges have been reduced. The narrative, that means the narrative has to change. But Negroes like DNA don't lie. But what they forget to tell you is people do.
Notice how he said that over and over again. See, he rehearsed this and he's sticking to it. See, this goes into what I was telling you about a pathological liar, because see, this is the past. This is what he was saying when the charges was first levied against him. And you heard him say the same thing. See, a pathological liar, they sit there and rehearse that shit in their head. This is why they're able to stand right in front of you and tell you a lie straight to your face and not flinch. Salute to the sister Monica Love for the cash app. Thank you very much, my sister. But see, tonight, I'm bringing this back in front of us because this needs to be studied and analyzed. This is a case study, and we have to use this as a template on spotting the rest of these damn predators in our community, especially those like him and all these different little circles. Okay? Yeah, you conscious community. This is on y'all. I'm saying it straight out. Any of you that brought him around, introduced him, promoted him, yeah. It's on you. Yes, it is. I'm talking about the people that was around him long term now. I'm talking about somebody just met him here or there. The ones that was around him, his peers, so to speak. This is on you. How you gonna claim to be conscious when you can't see what a threat to the community right in front of your face? How you gonna claim to be a conscious community when you harbor something that harms the damn community? This is why I tell y'all, I don't call everybody no damn brother or sister. Brother or sister is a term that's within a family. A family isn't supposed to be a threat to one another. Bastard is no brother of mine, and I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure my community recognizes other predators just like him.
I told you guys, get your popcorn, right? Now you may say, Brother Polight, don't worry, I ain't talking about this case. They're talking about public record. We still have a fight. There's new counts. They're just not remotely close to what was out there initially. That's the first blessing. We're still gonna grind.
Now you heard that judge read off those counts. See how he just kept lying? Oh, them counts ain't nowhere near close to the first ones. Y'all heard the judge for yourself early in this broadcast. If you didn't, play it back. I'm pointing this out for a reason.
We're gonna grind and fight. Where's public record? For the people that lied and said, I'm locked up today. I mean, why do you tell these kind of, who's giving you the advice to lie? Like, the lies have to stop. And people calling me, yo, you all right? What are you talking about? I heard you locked up. Yeah, and I guess they let me keep the cell phone. Y'all.
Let me address that too, and salute to Kier Edwards for the cash out. Thank you very much. Let me address that too, because see, a lot of people are kind of slow today. I'm talking about what Polight said. A lot of people are kind of slow. They don't realize that, one, if you look at the format of the video, this one in the past and the one in the beginning that I played in the broadcast, the more recent one, done in Instagram style format. Now, why am I bringing that up? Do you know that you can set videos to pre-record and then release at a certain time on Instagram? Just like YouTube. All that shit where you're talking about, oh, you're on free. That shit was pre-recorded, okay? But to those that are so enamored with his personality, oh, man, that ain't true. Okay, yeah. That's another thing that's a threat to our community, too, stupidity. My grandfather told me when I was a child, one of the most dangerous things in the world is a group of stupid people in the same place at the same time. We got to weed all of that out, family, because we're in a critical hour of our history where we can't afford to play no games about protecting our community as a whole, especially our children, who are the future of our people. We got cancers like this amongst us. They have to go. Let it continue.
Yo, listen. I told you to get the popcorn out. I know you wish things were a certain way, but listen to me. What I'm not going to accept is you guys sending my 15-year-old messages. You could want me to be whoever you think that I am. You could say what you choose to say about me in your mind and with your reservations. But when you start reaching out to my 15-year-old, sending her some crazy-ass messages, when you reaching out to my 2-year-old's Instagram and saying something so stupid, yo, all of this has to be accounted for because it's getting too crazy. When you're posting my 2-year-old's picture and putting it in your thumbnail to go against me, why are you involving my 2-year-old and my 15-year-old in your thumbnails and in your slander?
I agree. Nobody should have been putting his children anywhere. But see, Polight, the question can be asked, did you give a damn about other people's children with what you did and have now been convicted of? Huh? Did you? How are your children special all of a sudden? But see, that's rhetorical what I'm saying, because this degenerate don't even care about his own kids. I wouldn't be surprised if some allegations came out about them. I really wouldn't. Let it continue.
There's been no convictions. There is no trial. What you accused me of just got thrown the fuck out. You guys gotta pay. And guess what? If you don't have the money, when it comes time for lawsuits, guess what? Guess what? Suing people ain't all about getting the money. You know what it's about? You won't be able to use your bank account no more. You're going to have to reduce yourself to only getting Western Unions and MoneyGrams and money under the table. You won't be able to get a house in your name, a car in your name, bank wire. Oh, yeah. Because every time you get some bread, it has to be deferred to me in some shape, form, or fashion. Cyber defamation litigation. And if you ever wrote a comment or titled your video a certain way and it was misinformation about me, you're liable. You're going to be sued for libel. Like, listen, I don't care if you delete your videos. Some people already started deleting videos. Keep them up there. Keep them up there. Because all we're going to do is subpoena YouTube to give us the recordation of the videos, because I got another legal team, a different legal team. All they do is download videos, get the time markers where incorrect statements are being made, where people literally lie, literally just lie. All they do is get the time marker.
Now let me pause it right here and go in and point this part out. Because see, listen to how he's trying to make himself sound like some type of damn Teflon Don. Oh, I got a whole separate other team, and all they do is download videos and mark the timestamps. See, pointed out for a reason. Because you're going to run into characters like this, use him as a template. That's why I'm telling you, pay attention to the body language, how he's talking. And see, again, I'm going to say it one more time. Somebody that was accused of what he was, now convicted of it. You wouldn't be playing around with bags of popcorn and shit like that. You would be too distraught to eat any damn thing. Like I said, I've never been accused of something like that. But if I was, man, I would be beside myself, man. One, knowing that I didn't do it, and I would make a full-throated denial. And see, beyond just me and my reputation, because there's not one dime in this world worth your reputation, I'll be thinking about my family's reputation. Oh, man, no. We don't have that over here in mind. We don't. So, you know, like I said, these are just some things I'm going to point out about how you knew early on, because this was before he got convicted, that he was full of shit and he was guilty. Because I knew from the jump. Everybody like, wait and see. Yeah, I get that. But too many times he's been involved in this type of accusation. I was like, yep, I knew it. I knew it was going to end up just like this. Let it continue.
Download the video and take a screenshot of the videos as they go up. Every day people do videos. Every day my people watch everyone from the front to the back. Time marker each lie. They look in the comment section, screenshot who's saying lies. I put $100,000 up to the side just so I could be petty. Y'all think I'm joking too. I bet y'all think I'm joking. And I don't give a damn what your excuses are. Oh, you see, charges are being reduced because he's Illuminati, or he made right with the humiliation ritual with the Illuminati, or what's that other stuff y'all say? He's an agent. Yo, I don't care how upset you are that things are working in my favor. You lie on me, we got to deal with that. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. Yo, so listen. This is not a opportunity for me to tell you stop doing the lying stuff. If you've done it already, it's already a wrap for you. I can almost guarantee it. By all means, if you want to continue to lie, do your thing. But what I'm telling you is this conversation is about cyber defamation, litigation, amongst many things. Also being sued for libel is another thing. If you've been collecting money while lying on me, you've been collecting money and soliciting lies about me. YouTube AdSense, if you've been getting coins and lying on me, that's a whole nother type of lawsuit action. That's another form of litigation. And all I'm saying...
Now, let me pause it again and further point out something to help, especially younger ladies that are mothers, recognize these types of predators. I pointed out a little bit earlier that he keeps trying to make himself look like he's all powerful, Teflon done. Let me tell you something about truly powerful men, okay? Family, for those of you that have been long-time subscribers to my channel, some of you know me personally, okay? You know I do very well for myself. Have I ever done a video bragging about the things I own? For those of you that follow me on Instagram, am I showing off all kinds of stuff every time you see me? And there are people who know I have very nice things. I live a very comfortable lifestyle, very successful in what I do. How often do I come over here? Yeah, boy, I got this, that, and the third, and just bragging and showing off. How often do I do that? Huh? Has anybody ever seen me do it? Let me tell you something. People that are actually connected to some type of power, they don't talk like this. Like Polight here, running their mouths about what they're going to do. You know what we do if we have to take legal action? We're not going to announce that we finna do something about it. You're going to find out about it after it's already in motion. So the reason that I'm making this statement so that the sisters that have not been around men that actually do have some measure of power, as much as you can have as a black man and system of white supremacy, we don't make threats. If I had to deal with somebody legally, I'm not going to come over here and announce, I'm about to get y'all, I'm coming to get you. No. Power is absolute. You find out about it when it's in motion. Like, yeah, okay. You do that. I got something for you. That's how powerful men move, ladies. You understand? A motor mouth like this is always talking. That's your first sign. This is a weak person. I'm going to tell you something. Amongst men, especially traditional ones, the most dangerous thing in the world is a weak man. That's why this bastard was preying on kids. He's weak. All that talking is not strength. Strength comes from silence and actions. You understand me? Very few words, a lot of action. You better learn how to recognize these charlatans. I'm directing that towards the younger women that are not as well trained as some of the older sisters listening to me here tonight live. I'll say it one more time. Powerful men don't run their mouths about what they're going to do somebody. You find out about it oftentimes if it's already in motion or it's already done. Now, if they choose to say something about it afterwards, let me tell you how a warrior thinks. If we have to deal with you, we're not going to announce that we coming. We're going to come take your head and then hold that motherfucker up like, you see this? Anybody else want to try this? You next. Okay? That's how we react to things. So I'm just trying to teach you how you should recognize that he was a fraud from the jumps with everything. So let it continue.
This is really update for the people that follow me, not the people that hate me. Because what are you doing here? You hate me. Why you even watching this? This is for my people that support me. So the update is for them and to let them know how I'm moving forward. Because you guys look like you won the Super Bowl when you heard something negative about me. Real talk. And when you see me keep my composure and you say, yo, this guy, why are you not talking about it? Why are you not saying innocent or guilty? Why are you not saying nothing about it? Because this is not about petitioning before the world or the court of public opinion. This is real life. This is not YouTube or Instagram. This is real life. So things have to be done and actions have to be made accordingly, which is why I will not say nothing specifically about the case. But to see these videos, to take the time out for my team, my other legal team, not that legal team, to take the time out to look and see what my people are working with. I didn't know it was that much damn videos. People use my name for all sorts of stuff. And I mean, I see they're drunk with attention because when you look through it, you say, oh shit, okay. They never was getting no views. When they started getting views, they couldn't stop putting my name in every video. 10, 15 videos straight. These people are crazy. They talk their Hebrew Israelite stuff, their religious stuff, their racist stuff about other people, and they get no views about the things that they're interested in. They sell out, talk about me, lie on my name, collect money, use my children's photos, use my wife's photos, and this has to come to an end. So this conversation, again, is for the people that's walking with me, that always support me. This is not for anybody else. So I'm not petitioning to people who do wrong to talk to me or complain. Oh, you see what he's trying to do is. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just talking to my people and say we still have a fight in front of us. There's new counts. It's public record. But the ones that were the most egregious, the most serious, all of them are serious. But the ones that give you life in 30 years and all that, the one, DNA don't lie. Like that type of shit that people was moving on, that's out of here. That's gone. It's reduced, which means there has to be a new conversation. That's how this works. Charges disappear, new conversation for the new charges. Charges disappear, maybe no conversation at all. Like, this is how it works. But people are so dishonest, they won't even say, yo, you know what? The heaviest stuff, thrown out of here. You feel me? People are sick. People are...
Now, I want you all to understand what he and anybody like him is doing when they sit here rambling on like this. You probably think he's talking to his audience, don't you? No, he's not. He's not talking to their audience. No. He's talking to himself. See, a narcissist and a predator like that, they give themselves pep talks. He's on Instagram Live, or was at the time, talking, and his audience was there, but he wasn't talking to them. Oh, no. He was trying to convince himself of something that he knew not to be true, because he knew this was going to end up this way. He didn't know he was just going to get 7 years, but he knew that there was no way out. When that woman finally came to her senses and went to the police, because I feel for her daughter, but I have to ask the question. I wonder how many times did she try to tell her mama about this bastard? If she did. I have to ask them questions, man, because she dropped the ball as a parent. She did. And whoever her father is, man, you sorry son of a bitch, if you still living and you knew about this for the 2 years it was going on and you wasn't there for your baby, you ain't worth 2 dead flies, you son of a bitch, you. Yeah, I'm saying it like that. As a man, you're not worth nothing if you can't protect your seed, man. Nothing. That goes for both parents, but especially as a man. Giving himself the pep talk here. Because like I said, he has to craft this image and maintain it. And hopefully he was hoping he could fast talk his way out of this situation. That's what he was hoping for. But see, Brother Polight, you got one problem. You ain't a white man, boy. And now you know that. Because now you where you belong. I'm going to say it again with no shame. I hope you don't make it out. Let it continue.
Really sick. They won't even report properly and be like, hey, you know what? Shit is interesting. Because the heaviest charges Out of here. Readers, they won't even do that. They just want, yo, there's new charges. So they'll have you under the impression everything you thought was going on in addition to the new stuff, add that all together. And that's crazy. They'll also have you under the impression that all the new stuff can equal out to, no, it's not the case. But it's a process. And I have a great deal of faith in the legal system, a great deal of faith in my legal counsel. And that's why I don't speak specifically about anything. But in terms of cyber defamation litigation, this is very serious. And this I will speak about in more elaborate detail in some weeks to come, because we're going to make some examples out of people. We already have somebody being investigated by the FBI. Oh yeah, that's true. Not to be confused with a sister who's also being investigated by the FBI, who be bothering me too. That's two separate situations, but very similar. Yeah, the things that people do to get views, the things that people do to make money. When making money off of gossip becomes your livelihood, you become greedy. And there'll be no end to your means of maintaining the same momentum for the sake of establishing the same type of income on a month-to-month basis. It's disgusting. If you make money because you're creative, if you make money because you have a talent, you're safe. But if you make money just talking about other people, and it's even more nasty when the men do it. You have grown men sitting here like, hey, no one cares about what I have to offer. So what I'm going to do from here on, I'm going to call myself reporting on this case so I can get my views on. And if I have to, I'm going to tell lies. By all means, I'm not asking none of you to stop telling lies. I'm not even asking y'all to stop using my children's photos. You guys are grown adults. You care so much about children, but you're taking my children and posting them. You care about children, but you're sending my children messages. You grown adults sending my children some very inappropriate messages in the name of you're angry with me, the adult. So you're going to attempt to bother my children. But it's okay, because all of this is on record, and I promise you guys, I promise you, when it's all said and done, they'll be calling me a devil for the way I'm coming after every single body. Because I put $100,000 to the side just to be petty. And it's not really being petty, but I have $100,000 to the side because I also want to set a certain precedence that people are getting out of control with this internet thing.
Now, you hear him bragging here, again, in the past, before the conviction. Oh, you set $100,000 to the side. Well, I'm going to go back to what I said before when the judge was talking. Whatever restitution need to be paid, it should be paid up front if he really had it. Okay? Set $100,000 to the side. Okay, well, that need to be paid. And see, I agree. There's no amount of money that would ever erase what he did to that child, but they should destroy his ass. You get convicted of that, everything you own should be taken from you. Everything. You no longer fit to be in society anyway, so we're going to take that from you and give it to the victim. That would be justice if I was in charge. But like I said, I'm just going to keep pointing out these different things here because, see, this has to be recognized.
People know in their neighborhood there's people selling drugs, people that's pimping, robbing, stealing, gangbanging, even committing murders. A lot of you know these people walking up and down your community. Would you dare do a video and talk about them and upload their images and their pictures and say, yo, this person lives right down the block. They're a disgrace. You all live around people in your neighborhood that you know doing wrong, but you only upload videos about people you don't live amongst. Because you know if you do this to the average person, you get knocked upside your head or worse. So it's fake. You guys ain't out there really attempting to change the world. Because you could change the world starting with your neighborhood, and you could do your exposés with the drug dealers that live in your neighborhood. You could do the exposés with the...
We start by cleaning up the community from all threats, foreign and domestic. That's where we start, you little Jiminy Cricket looking son of a bitch, you. But see, this bastard right here, I want you to study how he's always trying to shift the focus to somebody else. See, this is what his kind does. Don't pay attention to me. Look at them. In other words, hey, Look over here so I can keep on doing what I'm doing in the community. Don't pay me no mind. No, we're going to shine a spotlight on each and every one of you bastards that are like him. You're not going to be safe in these communities around men like myself. We're not going to tolerate it. No. And see, I'm going to tell you something. I understand that a lot of people in that conscious community circle, some of them mean well. Some of them do very good work. But see, not only in the conscious community, but in any grassroots space, we're going to have a conversation about stuff like this, man. It can't just be swept under the rug. Because, see, when you do that, who ends up getting hurt, huh? I have a very intelligent artist. Who ends up getting hurt when the protectors, the chief protectors of the community, sweep things under the rug? Not the adults. Children that get hurt when we're negligent on our God-given assigned role, okay? It's the children that get hurt. As adults, we can defend and protect ourselves. The children can't. The babies are innocent, man. They're helpless. We're going to have to tighten up about this, man. When anybody's accused of something like this, you got to be on quarantine. Like, okay, yeah, I get what you're accused of. But until this is resolved beyond any reasonable doubt, you got to be cut off, bro. That's the right thing to do going forward with any situation like this where somebody's accused. Okay, you might be innocent, but until we're sure, cut your access off. That's the responsible way to do it. Let's let it continue.
Prostitutes that live in your neighborhood. You can do the exposés with the gang members that live right in your neighborhood. And you can post their pictures and do whole things about the name of their set and when the gang first got established and what they're doing to traumatize the community. You could do all these exposés. Your exposés are right a floor above you, a floor beneath you, a block away from you, a train stop away from you. You see these people every day in your neighborhood and you'll never post a video about them. But then you antagonize people that you believe cannot access you. It's fake. It's very fake. You don't give a damn. You don't care. If you had concern for the youth, you wouldn't attack my damn children. My children ain't do nothing. You people are sick in saying that I'm incarcerated and constantly lying on me and adding things that never existed and saying I made statements and never made no statements. Like, yo, you people are sick. Of course, not all of you guys. This goes for the weirdos that we're talking about that will tune into this just to hear what I'm saying and be mad and say, yo, he's just fronting. He's just trying to make it look like he's really happy. He's just, yo, you guys, man, like, how did we become like this? God damn. How did we really get to this point as a people where the men can't find something creative that they do and all they could do is sit down and do videos talking about another man? One after the other, and not think that real men are looking at them like, yo, damn, dog. Like 20 videos? Dog, you still putting his name in it? Like, you don't realize after a while people will start saying, you must be lying. Like, how could you do so many videos about the same person, about the same situation over and over and over without lying? No one's collecting data at that efficient manner but these people on YouTube. How are the YouTube people collecting so much data on a day-to-day basis where they can keep putting video after video after video after video up without telling a lie? No, they just want views. Now you're going to pay the price for your views because now you won't be able to cash a check, receive a wire, or get a deposit because you're a liar. Yeah, lying can get you that far. So I don't care if you don't got no money. I don't care if you don't have money. I will spend the money to see to it that you'll never be able to receive money for the record without hiding. Even your Cash App will be seized. If you think it's a joke, you're going to see what it is. Because I'm going to set a certain precedent for all the people that get abused by internet trolls. And we're going to get down to the Yo, you think you can leave a comment that's slanderous? Which is liable. Because if you write it down, it's liable. It's slander if it's vocal, it's liable if you wrote it down. You think you can leave comments and call people names. Names that demand conviction, like arrest and conviction, due process. You think you could call people names that are not legitimate and just walk away from it and don't feel no way. Yeah, even the comment section isn't safe. I'm just gonna make examples. Yo, these 10 people was in the comment section. They called me this. This was an absolute lie. Yeah, let's get done. I'm gonna make examples. I put $100,000 to the side. I promise you this. I promise you. I'm gonna show y'all some damn receipts. Once you start seeing the people who we get, once we go through the process, I'm gonna win all of them because everybody. And I'm not done with those lives. So I got some other people I'm gonna get. It's gonna get real interesting in this whole situation.
Study his arrogance now. Again, for those just joining us, this is before the conviction. Study his arrogance. I'm going to get all of them. I'm going to make examples of everybody. I promise you, this is a pattern amongst his kind, okay? See what I'm doing? Reviewing this is pattern recognition time, okay? The best way to prevent future threats like this is to recognize them before they get a chance to do harm in our community. This is the perfect study tool and case study. I want you to listen to all of this stuff because, see, he really did believe this. A pathological liar, I got to say it again. A pathological liar believes everything that come out their mouth. They do. See, this was a performance to him the entire time. This is just putting on a performance. To see a little scamming bastard that come from his background, Nigerian tether, their whole life. See, you got to understand something. We be talking about these scamming tethers. Okay, the tether class, not all of them. They live their life as a performance to scam and commit fraud on people. That's all they know. In their homelands that they fled from. Okay? This is a way of survival for them. We see it going on right now with the brick lady here, Rhoda Osmond. Scamming is a way of life. Even if you put them somewhere. See, this is why they continue to fail. I got to go here for a minute. For the tether class, even if you run somewhere else, if you don't change that scamming ass mentality, you still gonna be a failure no matter where you go. You come to a place where you got more opportunity thanks to the backs of our answers if you come over here. But instead of you trying to learn from us or actually change your life, nope, you continue the same ways. And see what's attached to scamming? Oftentimes, that's going to lead to other things that are criminal activity. Y'all heard the old folks, what the saying go? If you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll kill. I know plenty of y'all heard that from your grandparents. I know I can't be the only one that heard that, okay? So see what I'm saying again, I can't reiterate it enough times. Younger sisters, do not be enamored with and caught up in somebody's cult of personality. You better start learning who these people are that you choose to give your affections to, definitely before you procreate with them. Okay? It's imperative that you do that. And for us brothers, we got to tighten up on when bastards like this come around. Y'all know what we supposed to do with that, okay? And I'm speaking as part of the collective. Because look, I'm going to tell you, where I'm from, woo, you can't be one of them pedo polite like that and then be around us and we know about it. Oh, no. Not where I'm from, you can't, okay? So we all got work to do, but we have to make sure that we understand the assignment. This is why you got to study these kinds of bastards. Let it continue.
There's a lot of people I'm coming for. I'm just being quiet because I strike, and when I get results, then I give an update. That's how we move. Yeah, I'm G'd up. So watch what I do. Watch this. I promise you, word to everything I love, y'all gonna say, yo, it's starting to get to the point, dude is the king of petty. He even got people in the comment section that said things about him, sued him for libel. Y'all take that stuff lightly, attempting to destroy somebody's life. Now I'm gonna make sure you're gonna have to ask me for permission to do something for your children. I promise you. I promise you. So anyway, cyber defamation litigation. Just one of.
I got to go back here again to point this out so everybody recognizes when you're dealing with a powerless individual, a predator like this piece of shit. Focus on that statement that he made. Say, I'm gonna make it where you have to ask me permission to do something for your children. See, again, let me talk to you about people that have that kind of power. what they would do, they would inflict that upon you and they would never speak on it. You would be the one publicly saying, hey, you know what you're doing to me is wrong. I can't feed my family. But see, those of us, if you piss some of us off that have that type of authority and power and connections that can do you like that, I'm just going to be honest with you because I want y'all to know the difference. I'm not saying this to brag. People that have the power to inflict that upon you, let me give it to you this way. Look at the United States government. We'll go there. We're not going to put on an individual because I want to make sure that everybody gets this. When the United States government get ready to do something to any of us, do they make a big grand announcement? They want to do you something, they're going to do you something. And then you can run around crying from the highest mountain about whatever it is, but they're going to go ahead and make sure they take action and make an example out of you, not sit here running their mouths and telling you about something. When they're coming, they're coming. So now when you apply that to individuals, that's exactly how individuals move. Because the whole point is to make sure that you understand that you didn't know who you were playing with. Not to threaten you to death. No. See, a wise warrior is not going to give you a heads up. What's the point of doing that? Unless it's a part of a strategy. But this isn't a strategy here, okay? A wise warrior doesn't want you to see it coming. We want you to be caught off guard so that when we strike to end you. Salute to the good brother Kermit S. Wingfield for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. But see, when we strike to end you. We're not trying to aim at an arm or a leg here or there. No, we aiming at the foundation. We want, if you pull the trigger on any move you make in life, make sure you don't miss. You want to aim for the foundation. You hit the foundation, everything crumbles. This is a powerless bastard. Powerless people prey on weak people, okay? People that they are defenses or weaker than themselves. This is why he had to do all that loud talking to build his image up to make you think that he was somebody important and had some type of power. And he's not no damn genius either. A lot of people kept saying that. Really? Have you ever just listened to him when he get to talking? See, he appears to be a genius, and I got to say this. It's going to sound like I'm punching down. He appears to be a genius to people that have a limited vocabulary, close to being illiterate. They don't do any type of research or reading for themselves, and they're not very good listeners, okay? Even if they do have some type of education. So to those types of individuals, yeah, he would appear like he's a genius. But he's not. And there are plenty of con artists out here like him. Like I said, if you want to get conned and get scammed, that's one thing as an adult. Just don't allow them access to your babies. So let it continue.
A host of approaches to teaching people the etiquette of how you can inquire about somebody. You can suspect somebody of doing something wrong. You could believe that they did something in error, even if you don't got the facts, which most people, who cares about facts? Shit, just read some statements and he did it. Fine. But we talking about actually calling me names that correspond with due process that would suggest that I was already convicted. It's a lie. We talking about saying things that never happened, neither on any reports, any affidavits, but saying that like it happened. We're talking about you saying you talking about evidence that doesn't even exist. You're doing videos about evidence that doesn't exist. And you think we're going to let you get away with that. Many people do. I'm not that person. I will blow $100,000 just to be king of petty for 2021 into 2022. I promise you. And I'm going to show the receipts. Oh, I'll just show the paper stacks. I have 100 bands on this shit. It's going to get interesting. Because people are going to be crying. Because then it's going to be, you black Polight, why you doing that to your own people? That's what it's going to be. Watch. Yo, she's a single mother and now she can't use her bank account. This is what it's going to be. I can't get an apartment no more. Yo, he's doing this to the whole black community. No. Y'all want to be part of a community talking shit to me? Fine. Talking about me and lying on my name? Fine. Not taking the time out to really make sure you're utilizing facts? You didn't want to take the time out to make sure you're not speaking out of turn or misappropriating information or making sure you're not copying somebody else's lie. Oh, those YouTube coins, spend them wisely. Take that money out your account right now. You motherfuckers are going to think you getting roses for your anniversary and you're going to be served papers from the marshal. We don't do this shit the right way. I ain't sending my homeboy to knock your door either to give you paperwork. I'm spending real fucking money. My homie ain't going to be knocking your door and you're going to be ducking and dodging. You're going to be served federally. We ain't playing around. I'm going to pay the money for the marshals to come and make sure they give you your guy. You see, y'all probably don't even understand that level. You don't understand the levels to this. I'm not playing. I promise you. I put it worth everything I love in my life. You people that's using my daughter's pictures and putting it in your thumbnails and making up these stupid titles. It's okay. Save those coins. Take it out your account now and put it under your mattress. Do what you must do now. And if you think you could hide after posting something on YouTube, it's stupid. If you think you could hide after posting something on social media in this day and time, you're stupid. There's many ways to track you down. I ain't tripping because I got the money to get you tracked down. A lot of you guys are just freaking nuts. Nuts. But guess what? I could be nuts too. I'm coming for you because I be quiet and I let people talk their crazy talk. You Hebrew Israelites is over there in the name of the...
And salute to my lieutenant in here, man, because she said something very important. It's fear talk. He knows those charges were detrimental. Exactly. And see, let me further add on to that. For younger sisters, because the older women in here, they understand this, okay? The more wiser, experienced women. But for you younger sisters, anybody that you see talking this much like this clown, watch how they move. Valuable lesson, because we know the despicable thing that he's been convicted of. But see, I want you to avoid people like this altogether, even if they're not convicted of these things, because nothing good comes of it. A group of serious-minded men would never allow him to be in their circle. I'm going to add even further to that. He would not go around us because we don't project the type of air or aura about us where you're going to be around us running your mouth like that because you're a damn liability. If you're doing all that talking, you damn sure ain't building. You can't be. In other words, let me be very, very clear on my statement about the type of men that I'm talking about. Brothers that's got something going on, a Negro that's around us talking like this, nah, you doing all the talking, all the other men, a word here, word there, unless they're talking about business, you would be viewed like on the level of a child or a joke. It's offensive for us to even be around you like that. Because we're like, okay, who let this motherfucker in here, man? You doing all that talking, who you trying to convince of things? Because see, those of us that are successful, let me tell you something. Because I want these youngsters to catch this, because I don't want you to end up like the victim's mother, okay? So I'm trying to give you some game to help you spot these types of frauds ahead of time. Somebody that's doing all that damn talking, why don't you let what you do speak for itself, your accomplishments? Present that. Better yet, if you already doing that and you got that type of name, you don't have to tell everybody who you are. Somebody gonna know your work. And see, even further than that, because I want you young women to listen to me. A man that's about his business, unless he's discussing business with somebody else, we know that the greatest way, the most effective way to acquire wisdom is to do more listening than talking. Huh? Even if we're very well versed on things, let me tell you something, man. I've had the blessing and the privilege in my lifetime to be in the room with many who I consider to be elder heads of state in our community. If I'm in their presence, I'm silent most of the time. Unless they ask me to speak or I'm asking them questions to learn things. You don't always have to be the smartest person in every room. I know a lot of people like to say that. No, you don't. The smartest person in the room is the one that's got sense enough to shut the fuck up and learn something. Okay? So I'm trying to give the youngsters some game. I want you to recognize these types of frauds. That running mouth like that, like a man, that is not a masculine trait. I'm gonna let this continue.
Lord, he's a such and such. Oh, really? Prove that I am that. Oh, really? Oh, I had a case before? Show me the case that ever existed. I have none. You want to lie? Great. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I got the information from someone else. Yo, brother, it's not that deep. Don't attempt to call me. Don't attempt to. I already got this one sister reaching out to me.
I got to acknowledge fellow combat veteran Kermit S. Wingfield. Ladies and gentlemen, he's right about what he just said. This one in a military setting, he would be made to take the front of the platoon to point. Yeah, see, yeah, that action does happen. So hopefully, yeah, you can get what you need to get. Because see, the rest of the unit will view you as a damn liability. And see, I don't like to talk much about this, but I'll say this much. If you are a part of a unit and you've been issued instructions where everybody in that unit understands that we can't fuck up on this, and you see somebody in the unit that's a liability, that's going to have to get dealt with right then and there, okay? Hey, you took me down memory lane then, Brother Kermit S. Wingfield, but I just want to point that out. My comrade there, he's absolutely correct on that. And see, I want you younger sisters to pay attention to that as well, too, because it fits right in conjunction with what I was talking about earlier about guys like him being around men that are nowhere near operating on that type of low-level capacity. Okay? We black men in a system of white supremacy. We have to work damn hard for everything we get. Somebody that's running their mouth like that, the first thing, we're like, okay, nigga, who sent you? Those of us with sense. Who sent him in here doing all that talking like that? And you don't know nobody. Who sent you? Just putting it out there. Let it continue.
Me over and over and over again, attempting. No, I don't want no. Yo, I'm about to get a virtual restraining order on you. Stop sending me emails. Stop sending me DMs. Sister, you know who you are. You know I don't mention people's names. I will get to a point where I start identifying the people who we successfully sued. But at this particular juncture, it's just not my style to mention people's names. I just don't do it. But sister, you know who you are. Stop it. You did your damage. Now we doing ours. But don't worry, I won't mention you until I got about 10, 15, 20 names there on the chop block for the first set of people. Coming at you all at the same time. But once we start getting those results, boom. But I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that I'm sorry. Because guess what? While you so-called care about other people's family, you ain't care about mine. You don't care how it impacts my children. You don't care how it impacts my wives. You don't care if I might be a victim. You don't give a fuck. So I don't give a fuck. That's the level I'm on now. I don't care. You guys got to be more responsible as adults. I don't care now. Real shit. I don't care now. So stop hitting me up. I don't care. I don't want to hear none of that black woman shit either. Oh, don't call me your brother either. Because if I was your brother, you wouldn't have indicted me virtually and verbally without using facts. This sister's such a damn savage. I don't want to hear shit about you being a black woman. Fuck you. And I mean that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. Stop contacting me. Stop asking me to talk and let's build. Let's figure it out. I ain't looking to figure nothing out with you. And you couldn't.
I thought the black woman was God, though, Polight. I thought the black woman was God. See, he telling on himself. Don't sound like the black woman was God then. He was up there, and I know who he was talking about, too, because that sister was going in at the time, and all of us turned out to be right. All of us did.
Pay me enough money to satisfy me because I make more than you anyway. I maybe would have took it into consideration if you made more.
Another sign of a powerless punk that don't really have any wealth like they claim. I'm going to throw something else out here. A lot of people going to be angry at me tonight, but I'm going to put this out here because it needs to be said. Those of us that are well off or successful, we don't mock people that don't make as much money as us. That's considered beneath us to do that. Now, you got some that do it, but I'm telling you how you recognize when somebody telling you that they ain't got shit at all. What's that to brag about? See, let me put it this way. People that are actually established like that, we don't talk down to other people like that because that's kind of like picking on your kid brother, beating them up. Well, you don't get no points for that, okay? So again, this goes into recognizing these types of frauds, okay? Because sadly, there are some young women that don't understand that. They'll see him with all the stuff and running his mouth, and they think, okay, this is what a man is supposed to be. No, it's not. No, we do not move like that. See, let me tell you something else. I'm going to put this in here. If you do happen to get with a brother that like I'm describing, okay, the brothers that I hang out with, myself included, if we took you somewhere and you got to talking too much, we'll pull you to the side. Hey, I don't need you doing all of that now. No. Politely tell you, no, we don't need to do all of that. If I got you with me somewhere, I need you to do more listening and talking so you can bring me back some game, okay? But see, a motor mouth like this, yeah. Just putting it out here. Big time fraud.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll get the bag, goddammit. I always forgive it if you give me a nice bag. But some shit is just principle, come think about it. I told you to get the popcorn. So sis, you can stop contacting me. Do what you do. Continue talking your shit. Talk your shit like you do. Talk your stuff like you do. It got you this far. Don't stop now. Hustle up as much of that bread as you can. You ain't about to be able to do shit no more. Unless you pay me my bread. My $500,000, my $1 million. I'm going crazy. I have the legitimate right. Because the amount of stuff that these people be saying, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. So write in your little comments. Call me your little names. Cool. You know, you can call me a mother effer and all that. Unfortunately, I can only do but so much with that. Unless you're just consistently doing it. Then I could do something. Right? Because it's harassment after a while. But, you know, call me the serious shit. That can get you for. Call me the stuff that you gotta prove that what you're saying is true. Call me that. Do me that. Yeah. And I know some of you think you safe. Some of you thinking, well, you know, I'm still kind of cool with him. So even though I'm using his name and constantly, oh, no, you ain't safe either, Negro. I got your ass too. Some of you so damn stupid, you admitted to shit to me on the goddamn phone. You dummy. And it's illegal recording. You stupid weirdo. Yo, I told you get your popcorn out. I told you like a couple weeks ago, get your popcorn. This shit gonna get real. So those of you that just came in, I got new counts. You still gotta fight. It ain't nothing pretty. You still gotta fight. But the two craziest first-degree felony sexual assault.
Let me point something else out how I know his attorneys weren't worth a damn. See, and again, for those that are wondering why I'm doing this, because I want, in particular, all women, but in particular the younger sisters that are easily swayed by these types of images and these characters and personas. Let me explain something to you how I know his counsel wasn't worth a damn, or he wasn't listening to him. If you've been accused of something that serious, you know what your counsel's gonna tell you if they're worth a damn? Stay your ass off social media. Anybody need to talk to you, they talk to me first. You understand me? Let me tell you what happens if you decide that you're not going to heed your counsel's advice. Assuming that you have lawyers, okay, that are high profile, okay? The ones that I ain't talking about little, you kick out $5,000. No, I'm talking about one that, okay, just to get their attention, you got to come with 10 bands, okay? Let me tell you what they're going to tell you. They're going to be like, all right, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to give you back your money, okay? And you can get someone else. Except for their retainer. They'll give you that. Nope, because see, you know why? They don't like taking L's like that. An attorney that has a decent record, if you too stupid to follow the instructions that they give you, they're going to be like, all right, I tell you what, you got to figure it out, smart guy. You're not going to put this L on my record because you being stupid online talking. If he had competent attorneys, they'll be like, what are you doing? Make a brief statement, give a full throated denial of that without talking about the case, and then from here on out, shut up. Yeah, I'm going to point it out. I want you to understand when you're dealing with a fraud like that. You don't run your mouth when you got a bunch of legal stuff over there. Because see, let me tell you another reason why. Let me be very thorough on explaining this. The reason why an attorney, a competent attorney, would tell you not to do this, because they'll be like, hey, man, if we go to trial, they're going to take this as if you taunting the prosecution. You understand? I just want the younger sisters to understand where I'm going with this so you can learn to recognize these things before you even get duped and the kid hanging with these people thinking, okay, yeah, I'm hanging with somebody that's actually worth being with. Nope. This is not how we move. Let's let it continue.
Charges is gone. Are we done with a reduction? So it's a start in the right direction, but we still got to put up a fight nonetheless. Just make it clear, because people putting up all these videos saying this, that, and the other. They're not keeping it real. Just keep it real and say, yo, the narrative has changed. Pardon me. The narrative has changed. You have to change the narrative. You change the charges, you change the narrative. All you Negroes with the DNA don't lie. You need to start saying people lie all the goddamn time. People tell lies all the time. It's going to get interesting then.
To go to show you how he knows that the majority of the people that support him don't have good common sense. Even if the people lie, if that DNA is telling the truth, what good does that do you? You see what I'm saying? See, when you just stop and use common sense, but see, you have to be a good listener in order to exercise proper common sense too. A fast talker that used to his audience being enamored with his personality, he know he could just slip that right by you. In other words, I'm gonna give you a comparison statement. You know how we always get on the bisexuals? Remember when they was telling us that, okay, if you don't vote, that's a vote for Trump? Huh? Remember that? 2020 election when they was running around saying, if you don't vote for Biden, okay, or you just will hold your vote, that's a vote for Trump. No, moron. If you don't vote, that vote goes to no one. Not to mention getting into the electoral college, but that's a whole nother conversation. Y'all get my point. But see, you'd be surprised how many Negroes will still be repeating that today. Common sense is not so common anymore, unfortunately. If you were to hold your vote, that's a vote for Trump. Really, dumb? How? When nobody gets to vote at all. So I'm showing you how Predator Polight like this, not only is he preying on children that he's been convicted for, predators like this also prey on the unintelligent, okay? See, the reason why in these spaces we're always preaching that you be competent, that you be intelligent, is because that's a protection, not just for you, but for everybody around you, okay? This is why you should always be trying to feed your mind. Our elder, Neely Fuller Jr., taught us, hey, how you doing? Still learning. The elder says that all the time. In fact, the day that you stop learning, even if you still drawing breath, you really have died in a sense. So see, always consider the gathering in of proper knowledge to be used for a protection, not just for you, but for those around you, your loved ones, your immediate family, your community, okay? This is what I want y'all to learn from this. Let it continue.
Interesting, more and more interesting. But again, this conversation is about cyber defamation litigation. And in light of the events that transpired today, I found it incumbent to say, hey, let's really move full force and start getting these Negroes, because there's only black people doing this. None of my Jewish friends are doing this. None of my Asian friends are doing this. None of my Filipino friends are doing this. Or even well-wishers, advocacy, or any members of the community. It's only filthy, disgusting members of the black community that's doing this. And then, when you start getting at them and responding back properly, it's, oh, I'm a black woman. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that blackity black stuff. You abuse me, you ain't care how it's impacting my family. And I'm not a guy that deals with revenge, because I don't want that spirit and that malice in my heart. I don't want my heart heavy. I don't want to be consumed by the same hatred and malice that people have in their hearts. I don't want that toxicity. But enough is enough. Enough is enough, because you got to consider how it's impacting other people outside of me. You hate me, but it doesn't mean you should lie on me. It doesn't mean you should make up stories on me. It's not right. You hate me. You want to believe negative things about me? You have the right to believe negative things about me. But play by the rules. Don't just be telling lies left and right and then turn around and give me the I'm a black woman card. I ain't trying to hear it. I know the Negro's gonna do the black man call. Come on, brother. Come on, black man. You know what I'm saying? I was just copying off of this video. Nah, I ain't hearing it.
Who laugh and play like that when they've been accused of them types of things? And see, keep in mind what I told you about a competent attorney. That right there, you do that, and an attorney that's worth his name, okay, worth his weight in gold, so to speak. See that? They would be furious at you. Like, what the hell are you doing? We got to go to this trial and you sit up here laughing and giggling on these charges? Do you know what they're going to do to us when we go in there? That's what they would tell you. Okay? So I just want to double down on that point. All these goofy ass antics? No, man. No. A competent attorney will tell you, cut that shit out or I'll get yourself another attorney.
And you weirdo Negro that erased all the videos you did about me, just put them all back up. You ain't getting away. Because my team downloads everything that my name is on, screenshots everything, looks at the titles, looks at the comments, screenshots with comments, video record the comment section, just to show what's going on. If you're collecting money and lying on me, admit a case, woo, okay. Yo, you don't even know how incriminating that is. If you're lying about a case, lying on a person pertaining to that case, and collecting money through your advertisements on YouTube, you have no idea how deep that shit is. It's crazy. If you're propagating propaganda to the point of soliciting or disseminating misinformation that could be critical to my...
See what his real issue was? The community was on his head as we should have been. A snake doesn't like to come out in low grass, okay? See, if we quiet and just not looking the other way, hey, you can still victimize people. But see, when everybody's antennas up, oh, hey, that motherfucker that's been accused of XYZ. All right, watch kids around this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was upset about. So he was doing all this ranting and raving, trying to scare people out of saying something about his ass, okay? That's what he was doing here. Like I said, I'm gonna expose all this over here tonight. Let's let it continue.
Perception, or even my case. You have no idea what you stepped in. And I'm gonna show you guys what you stepped in. I'm enjoying every moment of this because you enjoy it when you think you're destroying me. I'm gonna show you how destruction really looks, especially when you got the bag. I got the bag. Oh, you mad. I got a bad chick. Yeah, she bad. I saw the money coming. That's a profit. I made a lot of money. That's a profit. Yeah. Yo, listen. Oh, man. Hey, yo, we gonna get it in, man. We gonna get it in. Hey, I just want to thank all my good brothers and sisters.
I bet you he ain't got none of that going on where he locked up at now. I bet you ain't no song and dance routines going on. I bet you all that cheesing and grinning. Oh, I bet you ain't laughing now. Cause see, buddy, let me tell you where you fucked up at, Polight. Today in this era, everybody that's incarcerated, I'm gonna say it like it is. You don't think that they have access to the internet? They're not supposed to, but hey, when you in a situation like that where you incarcerated, you think they're not gonna find ways to have access to that? You know how many phones that they have coming in and out of these prisons? Huh? You're well known. Inmates watch YouTube too. They know what you going in there for, buddy. See, I guarantee you right now, all that fast talking, all that clowning around, ain't none of that going on. Even if they got you in PC, you can be gotten to, bro. It ain't no such thing as being safe on no compound nowhere when they know that your paperwork is bad. I guarantee you, all this stuff right here, mark my words. And I done told you, I hope that we get news. The best news, in my opinion, that, yep, don't look like you're going to be completing that 7-year term. That's I'm hoping for it. I really am. All this grinning and laughing and playing, oh, no. That's not going on right now. I promise you it's not.
I love and support you. You know, I love the fact you love and support me. You know, I don't do fakes. I don't do the fake smiling and fake goofy stuff. I know people just want to still believe something so stupid. Yo, he's just fronting. Or he's just living out his last days. Or that. No, I just feel great. You know, when you're standing on truth, you feel great. If you feel that you are in conformity with the universe, in tune with nature, and walk in the spirit of your ancestors, if you really feel like that, then no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's just how I feel every day. I just feel so in conformity with the universe and so in tune with nature and walking with the spirit of my ancestors that things don't bother me the way it would bother other people. I just give them popcorn out. I don't watch TV, but this shit is way better than that. Good stock to invest in. I'm on another level with this shit. Hey, so again, I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. Don't contact me when your shit start going to hell. Don't wave the white flag. I don't want to hear it. Keep uploading your videos. Keep talking that crazy talk. Don't stop now. Keep being wicked and acting like you really care when in fact you're just looking to make some money off of YouTube. Everybody been eating off of this, right? Everybody should be thanking me. All them views that they getting all of a sudden. All you guys should be thanking me. 10, 15, 20, 30 damn videos. You guys were never even that active on YouTube. What the hell? Looking at your previous videos like shit, you barely was breaking 100 views. Now you're doing 10,000 by lying on me. Okay. Yo, you know what's wild? I'm so petty. I paid people to watch and hit the time marker of anything that's a lie. This is crazy how you, yo. And actually, it's not petty, but I'm real meticulous. And like, yo, whatever it costs, download everything that goes up with my name on it, please. Please download every single thing with my name on it. And the second you hear a lie, get the time marker, screenshot the video, and just look at the comments and the people that they've influenced. And let's do this. Oh, they did another one. Oh, they got 5. Oh, they got 10 videos. Oh, they got 15. Oh, they got 20. And how
Here this bastard telling you would think that, boy, he got Skynet working for him. What he's saying is absolutely impossible. You would have to have the resources of the FBI or the CIA to do that. You ain't gonna be able to do that with no 5 or 10 people. No. This type of delusion, though, see, this goes into that demented sick mindset, okay? Now, see, what you're looking at, this is not a man. This is a demon pretending to be a human being, okay? And I'm saying that in the sense of when you sacrifice the moral constraints and anchors and boundaries that keep you from doing things like hurting children, no, you're not human no more. You're a demon. I want y'all to learn to recognize evil when you see it, because I'm going to call him what he is.
many of these videos they do in a day? Some people do 3 videos in a day, 4 videos in a day. Oh, they did a live stream over here. Oh, they called me this. How many times did they call me that? All right. You think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? Yo, I promise you, man, I'm looking forward to this. I promise you. All these idiots. I promise you. Dumbasses won't even come to terms. But it's okay. It's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, you know.
Look at his eyes, and salute to the good brother Daryl Bledsoe for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. But I want you to look at his eyes because, see, I told you here tonight that I want you to pay attention to the body language while we portion of it, okay? Look very closely in his eyes. This is the eyes of a worried man. That's what they were at the time. This was done before the conviction. That's a man that knows that no matter how many lies that he tells an audience, you know the truth. Even a pathological liar knows the truth, okay? They do. They convince themselves that everything is going to be just like they construct in their heads, but see, in reality, it plays out quite different. And that look that you see on his face right here, that's reality that was starting to set in over the course of those 2 years that it took to get here to this conviction. It is my one regret that he even made it to a courtroom. Yeah, I know most people don't say that, but yeah, like I said, if that child had family that cared about her, wouldn't be nowhere he could go to be safe at all. No, especially I see you putting out stuff like this, and my niece, sister, cousin, or whatever the case may be, I'm watching her go through this trauma and turmoil. Oh, no. You would be begging for God to let you in the hell itself. Because I would find your ass. And what I do to you, yeah. I'd even say that. Let's let it continue.
BrotherPolight.com to make that bread with me. Make that bread. Getting you all. I'm getting you all. You can play games, people are dishonest. They'll tell you, oh, new counts, this, that, and that, but they don't tell you the real deal. They don't tell you how the system works, how they got to keep swinging, especially if they start reducing charges. It's okay. It's okay. Niggas won't even tell you, like, hold on. If those didn't stick, then what's really going on here? People don't do that. And it's okay. It's okay. You get your explanation in the future when this whole thing is done. We're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. Yeah, listen to the idiot telling you that I can't sue for someone lying on me. Like, look how stupid that sounds. If someone lies on your name, you can sue them. There's different types. There's liable if it's written. They verbalize it as slander. Cyber defamation litigation. Like, you could give people terms and they still in denial. I wouldn't suggest you take advice from that idiot woman in there. and again, you think this stops at the YouTube bloggers and them? This onslaught is bigger than just me dealing with so-called bloggers. And that's all I will say. BrotherPolight.com. Make sure you make money with me. Let's do it. Let's stay focused on the bag at hand. Let's put in that work. Let's put that work in. Hey, I know what a lie is. You're gonna be sitting here attempting to convince me someone's not lying on you.
You're trying to convince yourself at the time that you wasn't in as much trouble as you were in. See, go back to what I said. Then when you do research on his life, how he grew up, that's how he grew up. I can talk my way out of everything. See, the men in this chat room, definitely, we run across people that we've had to deal with. And when they start running their mouth, doing all that talking, they're letting you know that they're afraid. That's what you saw here. There's a bunch of fear, and he's talking to make himself feel better. That's what he was doing at this time. And again, I'm pointing this out primarily for the younger sisters. I don't care what circles you in or trying to get in. You need to understand that there's more than one Brother Polight out here, okay? Even if you don't have children, you don't ever place yourself in situations around bastards like this. Because, see, let me tell you why, okay? Young ladies, a person like this is always got some foul shit going on. And what you better understand that your brother's telling you here, you play Russian roulette long enough, your number gonna come up. You're gonna hit that chamber that's got that bullet in there. And who's to say that you might not be hanging with someone like this and they've done something to somebody and today's their day? Whoever that was or a group of individuals is coming for them and you sitting in the passenger seat with them. They've made it up in their mind that, okay, when we find him, whatever's with him, including his dog, pet roaches, whatever, everybody going. That's happened many a time. So I'm saying this, that you better consider little scammy bastards like this. You hear a lot of them on today. I want a scammer. Okay. Okay. Life has consequences. Be wise out here. Be wise. Don't get caught up in situations with people like this. Even if you don't have children, stay away from individuals like this, because one day you'll find yourself in a situation where the consequences for him will be your consequences if you're right next to him. So let it continue.
I know what a lie is on me. I know when someone's lying. Everyone knows what a lie is. So what we'll do, we'll see if I'm mistaken when these lawsuits come out. I already got somebody under fire right now. Stop attempting to contact me. Did I just leave the movie theater? Nah, I had my wife go and give me the popcorn because I think popcorn tastes better when you're not in the movie theater for whatever reason. And I told you guys, get your popcorn out. So we still got a lot of work to do. We still have a fight. You know. But that's the end of this show. Cyber defamation, litigation. We're gonna get back to this money. And we're gonna make this thing happen.
Look at his face right there. Look at it. That's impending defeat. He knows it. All that talking he just did, you're like, damn, I'm really finna have to deal with this. Look at him. Sorry, bastard, you. See, responsible parents, everything that I'm stating here, breaking this down about how to recognize them, you teaching your children this early, especially the teenagers, okay? They're teenagers, you're supposed to be gaming them up on how to recognize these types of frauds, fast talkers, men or women, okay? Supposed to be gaming them up. Asking them questions. What would you do if you encountered this type of individual, okay? What would you do if your friends that you think you got are hanging with individuals like this? Do you have sense enough to recognize what I taught you as a parent? And you know, okay, hey, dad told me about this, mom told me about this. Y'all gonna kick it with him or her? Got to cut you off too. You got to go, okay? Got to go. Because see, even if, let me throw this in here. I gave you the example about hanging with a scammer that did something to somebody. People come hunting him down and make him pay for what he did, him or her. Let's just say that doesn't happen. I'm gonna be 360 with this. I want to cover it on all bases. Nothing physical happens to you, but you're seen in the vicinity of a person like that, him or her. Now, whatever good reputation you had, that's over because of who they see you keeping company with, okay? Say it yet again. There is not one dime in this world worth your reputation. Protect that with your life, okay? Probably hear a lot of adults telling you this. If you're a teenager, listen to this. Oh, them old heads don't know what they're talking about. Let me tell you something. Those of us are old heads. We have one goal. We would like to see you reach our age and surpass us before you get yourself in a situation where you ruin your life. It's already hard in America for a black person. Then you go and add to ruining your reputation by hanging around trash like this. You better heed the words that we're trying to tell you. Don't fight the people that want to help you. That's my message to the young people listening to this. Let this finish up.
Okay. Pardon me, y'all. This is one of my attorneys for the lawsuit. I bet you think these things be lies. I'm on my shit right now. I'm on my bully. I told you ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun, right? People think they bullying me and they thinking they celebrating my demise and my decline. And you're going to turn around and be like, yo, damn, Polight really don't be playing games. I just don't have to tell everybody what I'm doing.
You've sat here for the better part of 40-something minutes telling everybody what you're doing. You see how a pathological lie eventually catch themselves up. All you got to do is just be a good listener.
I really don't. Yeah, so again, it doesn't matter if people have money. You need to feel the pain of lying on somebody's name. So if that means that you can no longer use your bank accounts or collect a check or do anything in your name as far as money's concerned, pass anything over to your children, get you a house, get you a car, get you an apartment, it's going to mess up your credit too, automatically. It's going to mess up your credit, a default judgment. You know, if you choose to duck, dodge, or hide, like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's like, I'm satisfied with that. No, this is not Mayweather's hat. Like, what's wrong with you people, man? It's from a black-owned business, though, I can tell you that. Damn, is that Mayweather's hat? You guys are the best. Damn. I can't even wear my own $600-700 hats no more. Hey, you already know we making that bread on that crypto. Oh yeah, I've been waiting on this too, Zenith President. You already know. You know that. You know I don't play games when it come to this. You know I don't play games. Whole time you think we on defense, we on offense. But you know that. You know that. We're gonna get to it. But hey, I'm gonna talk to you guys because I gotta do a I head to a photo shoot for my wife. My wife, that's a model. She got a photo shoot, so I got to deal with that. And then my entourage and them, my team, family, friends, they want to go out, celebrate, and speak about the next set of plans of action. Yo, it's so crazy. It's so wild. I got people, own family members working with me. This is how crazy the world is. I got stuff going on. Y'all don't even understand. People be attempting to work against me, don't even know their own family. I'm telling you, this is a wild world we live in. We live in a wild world. These lawsuits, it's going to be interesting. No, I'm not going to speak to the case. I'm not speaking on the case. What a great day. I'm truly blessed. Blessings in abundance. Talk to you guys later. BrotherPolight.com. Let's make this bread. Oh, you know we Rolls Royce driving. I should have made this a Rolls Royce diary. I should have made this a Rolls Royce diary. You feel me? This is one of the cribs I own that people say is rented. It's actually, I am renting from here. You know? Damn, the hate be so crazy. Yeah, this that shit right here. This that elevator take you downstairs energy, huh? Elevator. That's what that is. Elevator energy. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's what that is. Elevator take you out the crib energy. Hey, y'all got an elevator that takes you into your house? Sheesh.
Yeah, see, he's sitting up here talking about elevators taking him upstairs and downstairs. Well, where you at now? Probably as we speak, there's a version of the booty warrior taking the elevator somewhere on you. Oh, yeah. You got your booty warrior in there. Yeah, he taking an elevator somewhere, all right. And I hope that it's a daily occurrence. Oh, I hope it's a daily occurrence. I hope they dress his ass up and put little frills and laces and clothes on him. Oh, yeah. I hope they make him a little thong swimsuit out of a prison uniform and have his ass prancing around. I want you to be washing drawers in there. I want your life to be a living hell. Because I know it is. Because, see, I know they know who he is. They're not going to put him nowhere and nobody don't know who he is. I'm telling you, them inmates, they are connected to the internet. Some of them probably watching this broadcast right now. So if you are, I hope I've given you some very entertaining ideas. Yeah, I do, because this slime right here, let me tell you something. One thing that's consistent across every prison in America, you go in there, especially around our people, black folks, and find you did something to a kid, but this is one thing that's universal. Hell, even the white supremacists in there don't like that, okay? One of their own coming there and they found you did something to kids. Oh, they're going to give you that work. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out while he was talking about elevators and finish up here.
Sheesh. But hey, I'm out of here. Blessings in abundance. BrotherPolight.com. Let's make it work.
Yeah, they're going to make it work, all right, you demented, demonic bastard, you. So, family, in closing here tonight, I know that this broadcast ran somewhat long, but it was necessary to get this out. And I hope that you reference it and use it as a teaching tool, especially with your teenagers, on how to recognize these types of threats to our community, these frauds. By any means necessary, we must protect our babies, okay? We're all they have. Your babies are mine, even though I don't have any children. That we do need that mentality of it takes a village to raise a child. I get it. I know we talk about single mothers in this situation, but see, let me say something to these single mothers out here. Because if I'm talking to you, I'm not just talking at you, I'm talking to you. You better be mindful about situations like this. If you're not already the type of parent that don't trust nobody around your kid, I hope this opens your eyes and it wakes you up so that you don't have to be sitting in a courtroom and your baby be the victim of one of these damn demons like a Brother Polight, because there's plenty more of them out there. To my brothers, I said it before, we got to tighten up on getting this trash out of our community on our end of the spectrum. There must be a zero tolerance for it, because, see, if we allow anything to happen to the future of our people, then what are we worth? We won't have a future. So with that said, thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. I want you to protect your babies. I love and respect each and every one of you, and I will see you all in future content.